Okay. All right. Are we? Okay. Yeah, we are going. Yay! Hey, it's Ross Payton with Role Playing Public Radio. We are playing Red Market Second Edition Beta today on RPPR. It is the Red Market's a game of economic horror, Second Edition playtest. So we have 4 takers here today. We're going to be using Troutfit as the Enclave. So if you're not familiar with Red Markets, it's a zombie apocalyptic horror role-playing game. This is the second edition beta playtest. The second edition of it, the first edition of it came out in like 2015, 2016, and Caleb Stokes, the author, has put together a new edition, or is working on a new edition and rules. And I quite like the rules. So we have 4 brave souls here to be takers. The zombie apocalypse has happened, but you still have to go out and work and pay your bills because you're in a little enclave, a little fortified little village that is got enough walls to keep the zombies out, enough food coming in to keep people from starving to death. But you have to go out and work to stay in the enclave, so you and your loved ones don't get kicked out. So you're in Troutfit, which is a giant wilderness store that is unnamed and definitely not based on a real store. Don't worry about it. We have 4 brave takers so what we'll just go down the list. Trushi, please tell us about Durian.
Oh, he used to be a forest ranger before the crash. Then, well, lucky for him, he was an outdoor person before, so for a long while he got easily on the land. Until, of course, everything went to hell and he got beaten.
Whoops. So he's a latent, yes. And does he? So it sounds like he's a melee or a survivalist kind of guy.
Yep, survivalist guy that walks with a crossbow and a machete.
Pretty useful weapons to have. Very silent. So next
you can collect them back.
That's true. Very efficient. And who is your dependent?
It's a 20-year-old girl, Celia, that I found in the ghetto. She was barely scraping by, and I am now trying to better her life. At least a little.
Yeah. Are they latent too?
Yes.
All right. Well, at least you have someone you can, hug or have a close conversation with without infecting. So you have that going for you. You're not totally alone. And then next up we have Scribblykins. Please tell us about Mo.
Mo is the survivor of his squad of army soldiers whose abandonment and crisis of faith during the crash eventually coalesced into fervent ideological belief in the real reclamation promised by the T-minus never. He's a believer, T-minus knower, and he's the reclamation is just around the corner. It's just another year, it's another sacrifice, another political upheaval away. We just got to help it along as best we can, and then we'll finally be safe.
Well, it reminds me, I don't know if you've seen the episode of The Simpsons where Homer's chasing a giant, a roasted pig through the air. It's like, it's still, and it keeps getting hit by things. It's like, it's still good. It's still good. It's the same kind of vibe.
This is what happens when you take a soldier who needed the life and just abandoned, dropped him out in the lost for, let him cook for 5 years.
All right. And what is Mo good at?
Mo is very good at being a soldier, actually. Since that's what he used to do, and then mostly what he did, and then he's mostly good at surviving everything that's been thrown at him so far, and some are getting through. So he's sort of a lucky guy.
Great. And what about Mo's dependent situation?
Well, there are some people who are dumb enough to have children in the loss, and someone foolish enough to believe in the future would then decide to take care of them. So he takes care of a clingy little tot called Gracie.
Aw. Just trying to do your best. All right. Yeah. You're an optimist.
Don't ask about the parents.
Yeah. And then next up we have Copper. Please tell us about Sketch.
Hello. Sketch is best described by their weak spot, which is I put the soldier in child soldier. Sketch is a little kid who escaped the recession and, well, that's a question mark. Escaped the recession for some reason, indeterminate, fled to the loss, and has somehow figured out a way to survive that involves a very large caliber sniper rifle and a grubby ghillie suit made out of probably the dead, considering they've got scent blockers. So yeah, nothing great. But they're a little kid with a big sniper rifle.
Great. And I mean, the thing is, so the country's divided into the recession, which is east of the Mississippi, where the zombies have been cleared out, and civilization is not. Yeah, sure. Well,
it exists, but it's an entirely unrecognizable fascist dystopia. I'm sure nobody in our current society has any idea. No idea what it looks like.
No, they just got to turn it around, then they can come rescue us.
And the parking lots, i.e., the encampments where most of the people in the recession live, are pretty fucking horrible. Starvation, crime, disease, all the fun stuff there. So for some people, dealing with zombies is a welcome change of pace. So
yes, the apocalypse was unequally distributed.
Yes, and then west of the Mississippi is it's just zombies. It's just casualties and a lot and some people. And then finally we have Byron Man playing McStuffins. Please tell us. Oh wait, sorry, Sketch. Who's your dependent?
So Sketch has two dependents, Parker and Grandma. Parker is their mentor and a taker. If any of you have ever read the Parker series of Pulp Fiction novels, I'm imagining this is sort of an amalgamation of that character, except old and retired. So very big, scary, hulking man whose face is just a mess of having been ripped up and reconstructed, and who would be dangerous if he could still get around by himself. But he can't, and as such, this little kid that he sort of begrudgingly began to take care of is now taking care of him. And Grandma is just Sketch's grandma. I'm imagining that Grandma is, and Ross, you can correct me if this is okay, is in the recession, and Sketch is sending back money to keep her alive, pay her medical bills. So not nearby, constantly getting slightly more and more sick every time they talk. Only ever communicating for Ubix specs, but that's how you got to pay the medical bills in the unrecognizable apocalypse of Red Market.
I'll sure, why not? It's fine. There's no rule against it. And even just getting the charge on Ubix specs or some sort of internet device to do that is going to be a challenge. So, and then we'll get to you, Squirrel, in a bit. Let's see here. Byron Man, tell us about McStuffins.
McStuffins is a doctor, and I'm going to try to kind of tie this all together. He managed to survive somehow. He actually managed to get his kids out. He's got a bunch of bite marks on his legs from where he had to shove his kids through a fence, and the zombies got him. But fortunately, it didn't stick for some reason. He might also be worth a lot of money if you catch him and drain him of his bone marrow to make drugs and whatnot. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. Nobody's ever seen him wear shorts because his legs are pretty tore up, and he doesn't want to have to explain it. I'm going to think he's a pretty consummate professional in general in the field, and still fully functional doctor who runs around with people who is kind of aloof, but definitely doesn't like seeing people get hurt and the like, and tries not to do harm.
Yeah. Very good. And what's the dependent situation?
My son and daughter are still alive. It's Wes and Philomena, which amuses me and I think is an Aaron name, but
Philomena Kunk, of course, if you haven't seen those comedy series.
Our hero, Philomena Kunk.
Yes. But yeah, cool. So you got your kids, you gotta fight for a better future for your kids. So that's the classic. And then finally we have Squirrel playing Too Late, as you were almost too late for this game.
Yes, I haven't grabbed the pre-gens yet, so just let me throw it together and throw me in a minute.
All right. And what is Too Late good at?
Well, what do we have so far?
We have a pretty full party. We have a latent, we have a sniper, we have a soldier / true believer, and we have a medic.
I think
yeah.
Too Late should be good at reoffend because that's my favorite skill name I've ever seen in any game ever.
I mean, we are kind of missing that guy to talk.
I mean, there are pre-gen, Squirrel, if you just want to
Yeah, I was
get a
I
character.
grabbed one, but every one of the lists I was just quickly came up blank, so I wasn't sure.
You have to open it up in the pre-gen thing. You have to open up in a separate, like in a Acrobat or a PDF reader. You can't open up in browser.
So it might just be me, but I'm getting some weird, funky stuff from your microphone.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, give me a second here. Maybe it's best that I missed this one then, since I'm not ready and you guys are already in.
It's up to you, Squirrel. Well, actually, yeah, you can join next week. There's openings in the next week's
Oh, yeah, I'll just-
game.
Sure, the next week.
Yeah.
Sorry for traffic today.
Okay, no worries. All right, we'll put you in for the score on the 23rd. So,
Apologies.
there's still openings for that game too if you want to join.
I'm busy, or otherwise I'll join.
Yeah, Kunk on the zombie apocalypse sure would be interesting TV. It's true. All right, so we'll just figure out your character for next week's game, and we'll talk to you then.
Certainly.
So the so you're in Troutfit, which is a little enclave in the Midwest and based in a wilderness store. I'm looking at the wrong book. Yeah. Page 240. Let's see here. Page 247 in the main taker book. It's so I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's several pages of information, but in a standard Red Markets game, you would start out with your upkeep, and there are some, let's see here. There's some handouts and stuff like that, but I'm trying to find out which handout it is. There are negotiation scenes for this. So yeah, we're gonna do this as a standard Red Markets game, in which case we'll do the pregame. Crew cost maintenance reference, retirement. Where is that fucking thing with the well, whatever, you know how the Red Markets work. You're in your enclave, you need a job. And we don't need to. Oh yeah, there is the start of sessions thing about like the weather, the events. Where is that? So normally in a campaign game, you would be there would be a campaign event at the start of each session, and there would be, where is here it is. Campaign pregame macro events. So they're basically like something's happening at the enclave, something new is happening at the enclave. But because this is a one shot, the macro, we're not going to do that. Then you would have vignettes. So this is on page 218, the campaign phase. So there would be vignettes where you role play with your dependents. We'll do that before you leave for your job. So because you all have full humanity right now, you don't need to restore any humanity damage. And so we'll just start with the job phase. It's page 220. So first off, you have to look for jobs, and then you can also find out how much they cost or how much they are worth, and if you have any competition. And there are going to be, I will say that there are 3 potential jobs that I have written up. And let's see here.
How's this work in second edition? Because I remember the situation with schemes and stuff like that has been kind of changed up a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Job phase. Here we go. Where is the finding work thing? I think it's on 148.
I think one of the biggest things is if you don't know who's trying to undercut you, Like
Yeah.
you can't try to stop them from
Can't stop it,
undercutting.
right.
There we go. So that is the economics thing. So let me find that in the taker handbook or the taker briefs, and I'll pull that up. Let's see here. Character brief, community brief, negotiations. Here we go. Let me negotiations. Here we go.
I also really have to say, fucking max props for hyperlinking everything in this. It's so nice. It really is.
All right. So negotiation brief. So here's the relevant brief. So one roll per taker before negotiation begins. They can use let's see here. And you don't have any negative relationships. You don't have any positive relationships. You don't have to worry about that. But first you have to find a work. And then you can find competition. Then you can find equilibrium. Although it has written your you have to find out whether it's going to be a what the supply and demand is, I think. So anyways, first you have to find work. So you're in Troutfit, you need work. How would I'll just go down the line, and we'll start with the bottom with McStuffins. What do you want to do? Or actually, does anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. I have an idea.
All right, what do you want to do, Sketch?
Sketch is a tiny child. They're very small. The only reason they're alive is because the skill they have higher than shooting is sneak. So Sketch is going to sneak around the enclave and listen, keep an ear out for work. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we are going to be using the dice roll in the RPBR Discord, so everybody can see the numbers.
So I'm doing 2d10.
Yeah. Roll 2d10. We'll do black as the first die. So
Good.
You should see the
crit
vent.
failure.
Crit fail right
We
off the
already
bat.
started.
Yeah.
You got stuck in a vent.
Yeah. You got stuck in a vent. Mark off one extra labor. Yeah, it's a crit failure, but
I mean, unless
We're getting a
want
good start here, folks.
unless you want to check the heat mechanics. Like he got caught and we have heat now as the crew.
I'm not gonna do that for a
Fun.
one shot.
Okay.
I want to focus on the core mechanics and everything before we get into the campaign stuff like heat.
Also,
There are.
I was also going to say, I know I start with cracked and the stress threat.
Mhm.
So I assume the cracked stress is the short is the one that's cracked, is gone. So I check the first box and close all 5 there.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I find fucking nothing.
And you have to spend. It takes you a while to pull yourself out.
So I lose 1 of my 10 labor.
Yeah. That's what they call rations in first edition. It's now
Yes.
labor. So, and legs are now shifts. There's some.
Do we have refreshes that are on the page already?
Refreshes?
Refresh is now based.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's all based off of it. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Kindly. So I have 1 refresh.
Yes. So you got that going for you. All right. So who else wants to look for a job? You can always tap a reference.
I think I can use my profession army soldier to help reinforce Troutfit, which
Sure.
Sandbags, etc. I'm used to that sort of labor,
Mhm.
and how to put up emplacements. So
and you can
I'll
use
roll
that
for
to gossip with other people, other militia fencemen, and I scratch your back, you scratch mine, kind of deal. So
it's R, not roll.
/R space, 2d10.
R space. Sorry, I used to remember this.
This bot is being uncooperative.
Sometimes,
there we go.
Yeah. Let's see.
The
That
bad
is a
news
failure,
is I
yeah.
failed.
Yep.
Wait,
The
actually, that's
This-
extremely funny. You guys rolled the same thing, just inverted.
Yeah. All right. So you
that's
got a
cool.
regular failure for this time. So,
The good news is I can pull a reference.
All right. So references work a little differently too. So they let's see here.
They're gonna roll networking.
Yes, roll networking, which is your charisma.
So then I add my charisma to the black,
Yes.
which is a success. 6/3.
All right, and that is.
That will be 2 bounty, I think.
I believe, yeah, that's right. I believe that's right. 2 bounties, so I don't want to look that up. But yeah, it is not just a flat one anymore. It can cost more, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, who's your reference there?
It's my old what's it called? Drill sergeant from the army. The base I was trained at, it was back out east, so he was perfectly safe the whole time. But he knows stuff about building and placement and stuff that I do not, and I have his number, so I just call him over my Ubix specs.
Okay. Well, with his help, he's able to give you advice on how to build good, proper things, and with that help, you find out about one of the jobs. And why do I have the wrong thing pulled up? Red markets. I have many red markets. Thanks.
His name is Hellscream.
All right. So the you get a job lead from. You hear about a job that Kyle wants. Now, Kyle is one of the people of great interest in this settlement. He runs what is it called? What is up? Kyle, the welfare state. The welfare state was they're situated in the Floating Fish, which is a giant open-seated buffet before the crash, located on the 5th floor of the complex with an overview of the city. And Kyle runs this. He is a stoner and college dropout. He leads the Enclave's posts and dispatches the Enclave's anti-casualty militia forces using the restaurant as a lookout. And what you find out is that Kyle needs takers to guard a convoy bringing in a shipment of drones. So that is a job that you now know about, and you don't know anything else about it, but yeah. So that is you two. Who wants to go next?
Okay, then I will use my scheme skill to predict about how many people would be interested in this job.
Oh yeah, if there's competition, yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll.
And I obviously got 6 over 7, so I failed.
All right. There may or may not be competition. Yeah. So yeah, you got that going for you. And if you don't want to spend any resources, yeah, that's it. I think one who hasn't gone yet? It's
I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
For this, does the equilibrium by default tells you how many chips, how many things, and how many people are competing for it, or is that separate?
It's separate because your price is going to be the same, but like the difference is whether it's going to be a scarcity or let's see here.
I mean, it got changed on base rules. They are connected. In boom rules, they are connected.
Yeah, let's see here. Where there's that thing about whether it's that 4 quadrant thing, whether it's scarcity, equilibrium, or yeah. Let's see here.
Yeah. I will do research for equilibrium, and then we can figure out what I know at that point.
Supply demand, page 153. Yeah. So I think that's because the thing is, the way it's written right now is that it's always the same. The contract, the starting price is the number of takers and the number of shifts you have to go plus rep, and your rep is going to be 0 for this because this is you haven't earned. That's something you have to do in play. You'd also know how many chips you'd be taking in. So yeah, so you'd find out how many chips would be starting in there, and you'd find out the supply demand. I think
it's 152 page.
I need to ask Caleb about that because it's been a couple months since we played this, and I don't remember what. And I don't think we found the equilibrium.
Yeah, so it looks like we have to. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, each one of us gets 1 roll, and then we're into negotiations. So we found 1 job and like nothing else so far, right?
Yeah. I mean, there are 2 other jobs to find. So at this point, but like the way the the way
You're
it
going in
works.
blind for the jobs if you look for
Well, the
another job.
contract is equal to the number of dice. The thing is, the starting pool of dice and chips. You would know how many chips you would be facing, but that's the starting dice is fixed, right? It's the number of takers and the number of ships you have to travel.
Yeah.
So
but we don't know any of that because we didn't find the equilibrium.
Yeah, you wouldn't know how many shifts you would have to go. So you'd find out how many shifts there are, and you'd find out how many chips there are if you find equilibrium, or you could find another job. So
And we have one roll left.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yes.
McStuffins.
McStuffins, okay.
Yeah. Or I
Yeah.
mean, and you failed the competition, so you don't know how many are in the competition.
We don't know shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for equilibrium just because we'll know how flooded it is, and by base we should also note how bad the competition
Yeah.
will
'cause
be. We
that's-
won't know who they are, but I think that gets us the most data.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless
they
you
are-
want to, unless you don't want to do a guarding convoy job and you want to see what the other thing is. Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Do you not want to play the game?
Well, there are two other jobs, like
There could be
gonna-
something way more exciting in.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for equilibrium because at
Okay.
least then we can
Sure.
figure out how bad this job is and how we spend our scams,
Sure.
as opposed to like let's have 2 blind jobs.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and roll. What are you rolling? What skill?
Research,
Yeah, perfect.
and
I mean,
I will flip
another
that.
fail.
Yeah, I will flip
Jesus
that, and it
fucking
becomes a
Christ.
13 over 1.
Oh, spending that will? All right, hell yeah.
I'm not sure you should be spending that will because I think you're a negotiator.
Well, don't worry about it.
I don't have. Do we want to go in completely blind with no information, or I
You have a
cannot-
reference.
Yeah, I'll tap a reference. That's probably better.
Okay,
Let's see if
make
I
it.
can
I'll. Yeah. So you don't spend that will.
Yeah.
And
let's see how bad the reference roll goes.
well, I'll keep that other roll for the. If you want it, I'll say you. No, you failed the roll. Because
So
you.
now
Yeah.
now it's a networking roll. to
Yeah.
be like-
Yeah. One
No,
over.
no,
10.
no, really.
Yeah, so it's the extra cost on the reference, but you get the information regardless. Who's your reference?
Because it's totally trustworthy. I think. What's his face? Sketch's Sketch's mentor is a loan shark and all sorts of evil. So I'll just owe him money. That seems like a good
All right,
idea.
yeah.
But I know
I love it. Yes, that's
All
also
right.
totally in character for Parker.
So yeah, look up. I don't know how much more it would be because you failed the networking check, but it gives you the information.
I haven't rolled networking yet,
okay.
right?
Go and roll that. Yeah, critical failure. Cool.
Awesome.
We
All
gonna die.
No, you're
Is it
getting your bad
possible to
rolls
die
out of the way.
before you leave.
You're getting your bad rolls out of the way. You're
Already in
fine.
the hole already.
So black 1,
Have we
red
passed
3.
a single roll? Like,
Yeah. All
My
right.
networking roll.
All right,
Let's do
so
it.
there's a subsidiary. There isn't much to choose from, and no one cares. Demand is low, supply shrinks, returns are marginal. Minimal price difference between consumer and wholesale commodities. 3 chips to start with, and a -3 undercut. So strong competition, and yeah.
You should have gone for that other job.
Yeah, you should have gone for that other job. Yeah, this is going great for y'all.
we should
I
have
mean-
refused to play the game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nope.
competition is rolled separately. I just
Yeah.
put that in the chat. So we don't know about competition anything.
Oh yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you don't know about your competition. Yeah, so you don't know
You
who
don't know
they are.
jack shit.
So you
Maybe
can't
they
stab
know.
test.
Maybe we are lucky.
Yeah.
So Ross, you said there's how many chips?
3.
3 chips and
That's-
heavy.
So yeah, this is page 152 of the main taker book.
yeah, Trushi posted it in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I
alright, so
posted
that-
him dice
that-
rolling. Sorry, my bad. I
No,
don't have it.
it's fine. It's fine. Please do.
So if we don't counter those chips, that just in itself is -15 to whatever bounty we roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We need to find the client spots to get rid of the chips. We can do that.
so your starting dice is 4 and it's 3 shifts, so it's 7d10, 7 dice versus -15. So 7d10 minus 15 is what.
But
you're
also
looking at.
minus 3d10 for subsidiary, right?
Well, the undercut. So yeah, remove competition. So you can Yeah, I guess you can't sabotage the competition. So it's going to be -15, negative 3d10 plus -15. So it's a lot. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
bad. Yeah.
it's
mean,
bad.
It's
if
bad.
the supply demand is the same for competition because you roll them separately.
So the way it works is let's see here, let me pull it up. We do after in the offers, you roll your dice, how many you've raised up, minus, and that's the offer. Then you haggle. If you have intel spots, you can remove chips flat out, and you can counter. You could subtract 1d10 from offer, and then replace that dice. And then the undercut, remove dice equal to the competition. After sabotage scams, highest dice rolls first. So yeah, you just remove 3 of your things, 3 of your dice. So it'd be 40-10 minus
We haven't done scams yet, right?
Yeah, you haven't done scams yet. So basically,
I mean, it's worse. When you remove the highest dice first with the undercut, so it's not like you remove the before rolling, after rolling. So you roll 7 and then get rid of the 3 highest.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not looking great. I'm not gonna lie. You did your work. Those of you who haven't burned your references yet, I guess you could use those because those don't take an action. They just cost you money. So if you want to find your competition to sabotage them, you could do that.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So how do I use a reference again? I roll?
It's a networking skill, so it's charisma, and it's basically that, and the roll is how much you're paying for it.
Okay, so
you succeed, you get the competition information, but it's like, is it 2 bounty or is it going to be a lot more bounty? I don't know what page that's on in terms of how much it is, but like a critical success is 1, I believe. A standard success is 2 bounty, and then a failure is more.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
all good. And I add
50.
I add my charisma score to my black.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's. Oh, sorry. Hang on a second here. Another crit fail.
All right, man. They really have it out for you at Troutfit. They fucking hate you. Who's your reference?
My reference is going to be my grandma, who sits on the computer all day and tries to look up helpful things for me. But because she's also my grandma and she's not very good with computers, sometimes she finds things that are not helpful. So basically, she keeps me on the phone for a really long time and wastes 2 bounty of Ubik telling me about nothing.
I mean,
about
you still
like a
succeed.
Muffin
It just
articles.
costs more, doesn't
Yeah.
it? For references?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So yeah.
But it's gonna cost him 4 bounty.
Oh, cost 4 bounty.
We're now 10 bounty in the hole.
All right, that's bad.
I posted in the chat. Yeah, the reference brief.
Your competition is a. I don't know if they have other taker outfits described in Troutfit. Let me look. I don't think so. But.
I will say this is a very funny conversation because I'm imagining Grandma just keeps me on the phone for like 2 hours to tell me about nothing, and then casually mentions, by the way, these people are also after your job.
All right, no, they do have taker groups. All right, so your competition for this is John Rivers Assembly, aka Dracula's Castle. Mega church survivors now make up the single largest congregation of the Church of the Crimson Communion. Residents believe that the immune are safe from the blight due to the blood of Christ. They also believe that blood is the right of the faithful and must be ingested if they are ever to be safe. Surprisingly, the believers have a reputation as reasonable, fair traders. Just don't let them get near you with a blood test. JRAs pay a high price for the sacrament that immunes live in constant fear of being sold to the lunatics for a communion ceremony. So, just
damn, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
McStuffins, you're probably not okay living this close to them.
Well,
how did my grandma find out about this?
Well, these are different enclaves, all right. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's Dracula's brides, all female members of the church, who are now a taker group and go out and do jobs for the Lord, and for blood. So Dracula's brides are your competition. And your grandma is just, she likes, they seem very nice people, and so she stumbled on their little message board where they're praying for everybody, and like, oh, it looks like they're bidding for their job. Yeah, so yeah.
And I think
yeah.
your fourth bounty is you owe the guy you borrowed their computer or whatnot to
Oh,
call
yeah.
your grandma, and you just couldn't get off the phone, and she wouldn't let you go. But grandma, who?
Yeah,
who
you
did
ran
it?
down and all
That's
the
exactly
battery.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right, so you know the competition at least, so you can try and sabotage Dracula's brides. And I think that's almost everybody's fucking references. So do you want to start negotiations, or you want to spend your last reference?
I think we have to start now.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else has it. All right, so
Who's our negotiator? We got to figure that out first.
Oh yeah.
I got what do I have?
I had 1 charisma and 1 in coerce. That's not gonna be me.
I have 2 charisma, and it's mostly in glean, and then I have 1 in deceive.
I've got social skills. I've got coerce at 1, persuade at 1, deceive at 2, and glean at 2. I have bedside manner. Damn it!
All right, there
All
you go.
right, you sound
All right.
like a negotiator.
All right, so fix 1 round per taker. So there's 4 phases. Your starting pool is 4 plus 3, 7 dice minus 3 chips because of supply and demand, and then of course you have 3d10 of competition. So 1 round per taker. Each round is 2 phases, scam and set. So flashback to see who wants to do the first scam.
I'm ready. But
All right.
I have a lot of
all right,
ideas.
Sketch. What are your ideas now?
So Sketch's idea is our competition is Dracula's Bride. I'm going to try and get the welfare state to not take them seriously by circulating a bunch of goth mommy memes on the local BBS. So I'm basically going to get everybody to think like, oh, this isn't a real taker group. This is just some weird sex thing from these like Catholic, this religious assembly.
Okay.
This is bullshit. So
All right.
It's just going to be,
All right. This will be a negative rep spot if you fail. This sounds like you're trying to cheat to get them out of the. Are you trying to undercut them, or are you trying to, or fair trade, or are you trying to cheat?
I'm trying to cheat. Well,
Okay.
hang on. What are the options?
Fair trade is usual sneaky business practice, protects 1d10 from undercut. Basically, instead of 3d10, it'll be 2d10. But the penalty for failure is you just wasted an action. Cheating is getting them out of the running entirely, and that's a negative reps.
It's definitely cheat to get them out of the running entirely.
So I'm going to say that's more than just passing little memes around, right? You're going to be like
Photoshopping them into those memes or something like that.
No, I would say it would have to be like they're plotting. That's like serious shit. Like they're plotting to they're plotting to take over our enclave. They're plotting to assassinate.
The blood drinkers are coming for us.
Yeah.
So
the blood
instead of trying to like trivialize them or anything like that, it's like I'm basically making them actually scary, like portraying them as actually being like
getting
crazy.
them banned from Troutfit entirely. Like then
right.
So,
however, if I fail, everybody's just gonna think they're cool as hell.
No, if you fail, you get a negative rep spot, which affects the entire crew and will affect.
And it's gonna be worth a chip.
Well, hey, guess what, guys? I bet you I'm gonna fail. All right, so what am I rolling here, Ross?
I don't know what skill deceive would work.
Glean is gossip. Sift gossip.
That's gaining
it's
information.
To gather that information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deceive. This is active. This is.
All right. Yeah. Let's go with deceive.
Yeah.
I should really do something associated with sneak.
That would be physically sabotaging them. That's like
right.
waiting till they're the enclave and then planning something on them. That would be like getting pig's blood, like a pile of pig's blood, and being like putting on their person, being, look, they have blood on them. They're trying to steal our blood, shit like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna just stick with deceive for now. It's completely suboptimal, but you know what? Sometimes you play a game because it's fun, not because you're trying to do the best thing every time.
Sure.
I did it! I succeeded! 5 over 3!
Yeah. So yeah, they're out of the competition. They're banned from Troutfit. As the fears of them being saboteurs coming to take over that entirely. So yeah. So now McStuffins, we'll go to the 2B set scene. You are talking to Kyle. You're in the Flying Fish, buffet, the Overlook. That you have a table by the window. You can see out into the parking lot in the city beyond. It is a gray, dismal morning. It is relatively dry. It's spring, late spring. Things are drying up. The rains have stopped, but it is gray, unusually gray and flat out there. And Kyle is there. It's like, hey man, look, we need these windows are great, but we need to expand our presence. And so I've negotiated a convoy of traders to come in and drop off this shipment of drones. And let's see, but like, electronics, man, they're so valuable around here, man. Like I don't I want to make sure that they make it here, right? Like I don't want any bandits or any of the other factions in here grabbing them. So it's my main concern though is that you got a Leighton with you, which I get, but Durian, right? But like if he gets his hands on these drones, if he has to carry them or anything, that could contaminate them, in which case they're useless, or I have to decontaminate them, and like that's gonna be real. These drones are gonna be handled by a lot of people, right? Like I can't. It's so he is using banter to add a chip by mentioning one of your spots negatively, i.e. that you have a Leighton with you, and that could contaminate the drone somehow. So McStuffins, how do you reply?
Counter with doctor and just go on about just sanitation protocols and how, look, I'm the only real doctor for like 70 miles around. If anything happens, I am also probably the only person who can decontaminate this and make sure it doesn't infect anybody else.
All right. You can roll doctor for this. That does make sense in this situation. Normally it'd be a charisma skill, but yeah, the profession skill would work in this circumstance. So go ahead and roll that. And that looks like a failure, unless you have a 4 in it.
Nope, only a 3. I will start. Yeah, we need to make money. I will check that.
All right. You power through, and he's like, all right, fine. And Ross is being too nice by letting people pull references. Am I being too nice by letting you get more into debt before you leave the gate?
It would affect our actions. Clearly.
Yeah. Also, you don't have those references for any time less anytime later. So we're back. Second scam. Who's up next? Sketch is gone. You no longer have competition. But there's manipulated intel. Yeah.
Trushi, do you want to do it, or should I?
I think I'm gonna try to get intel by predicting what would be the tough spot of the job. Like what could be so important right now.
Well, you'll be learning Kyle's spots.
Kyle's spot,
yeah. It's about the person, not about the job. So yeah.
Okay. Let's hope our luck finally changed.
So what are you rolling to gain intel on Kyle?
I'm scheme. Plan, predict, strategize. So
sure. Yeah.
And I got 9 over 5, so finally some success.
All right. So you gain one of Kyle's weak spots. I will.
He's hopelessly addicted to gotcha games.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, he loves those gotcha games. And
A man's got 10,000 hours in Nikkei.
yeah. He loves his little waifus and Genshin Impact or whatever. So
is this blackmail or?
well, you have to figure out how to spin it. But I'll say it's a weak spot. So I mean, this addiction be like, well, people could be questioning your leadership, or
I mean, he's probably spending money to buy those booster packs and shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
the
you're
return rate, it's like 2% every time.
yeah. Are
you
you
call. That-
embezzling off the top to feed your habit? Like,
Also, like running a game constantly, that's electricity, you know.
yeah.
Wasting resources on Nikkei is fucking unacceptable.
Exactly. So, yeah, you gain that spot. So, let's see here. And yeah, Kyle says, you know, we, if you want, you know, we could work something out. You know, I could give your fam, you know, you and your dependents, they could have a little vacation here, a little staycation. So you know, they can stay up here for a while and get food from our buffet. We're actually eating pretty safe. So basically he's promising to waive your rent, your dependent cost for this session for let's see, not probably all of you, but like for for all of you, yeah. So that'll add a yeah.
They are 3 levels now. Survive, subsist, and thrive.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be basically one bounty. Basically he can offer you shelter and food for a while, for basically the duration of the job. So basically, you wouldn't have to pay upkeep costs for your family for this job.
Now, as I understand it, there are 3 different levels of upkeep for your dependents. So, which level is he offering?
The lowest.
So survive.
Yeah,
So
survive.
that's 4 bounty, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the max staffing has more dependents, then that would be more.
Well, bribes cannot be prevented. We will take this.
Yep. Well, yeah. Cannot be prevented. Yeah. You can only do that once. So next up, third scam.
All right, that's me. I will try to pull on some skill that seems fitting for this.
You can manipulate by manipulating the price of the contract, goods or services, basically. Any number of ways to do that. If you have social skills, that's pretty easy to do. Yeah.
I feel intel so that we can actually shouldn't McStuffins have a counter thing? No, that's only for retorts. Okay.
Yeah, that's in the banter section.
Yeah, we will need intel so he can haggle the chips away, unfortunately.
Yeah, but he has there's no round issue here. We have enough rounds for him to haggle.
I mean, haggle is the last round after.
Oh, haggle is round. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Then yes, I will think the best move is to get rid of more chips. That's 5 bounty each. So I will try to do. I don't have a whole lot of good skills either. I'm gonna talk to someone in the enclave, coerce them to tell me stuff because I can be mean.
To tell about Kyle, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, man, I need information about Kyle. Eeny, meeny, miny is gone. It's just me left now. It's my time to shine.
All right, so that's persuade.
Quiz. I'm not being friendly about this. We're in a desperate situation, and that's coloring my.
Swear to me.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. That's 9 over 5.
All right, so you get a second spot. His tough spot is he really fucking hates people who are too judgmental about hippies or people like that, like the stuck-up people. He really likes sticking it to them, like Bill Baxter and the other, establishment types. So, yeah. If you he really hates being called like being underestimated by people, I guess, especially by the establishment types, because that happens a lot to him. So yeah.
What did you call it again? Tough spot.
Chip on his shoulder, we'll call it. Yeah.
Chip on his shoulder. Okay.
Yeah.
I basically beat up on one of his assistants. Not beat up, but browbeat one of his assistants into telling me that.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. All right. Negotiations. Let's look at your other takers. Let's see here. Oh yeah, he's just be like, yeah, but you gotta like, I don't know. You have a literal child soldier on your team. Like they're a little unreliable, right? Like
It's called reinforcements.
yeah. So yeah, he's like, I don't know if I could take you seriously if you're bringing a kid out with a big ass gun like that. Like it's a bit sketchy. So yeah, McStuffins, how are you gonna defend against that?
I want to make an argument for deceive.
Sure.
But it doesn't feel it. But I think I'm going to roll persuade, which is one worse, just because it's like you don't understand. He is.
You could make an argument with deceive. It's just like, oh, he's not a kid. He's just a really short person.
Or you could just lie about what he's done. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he killed
Yeah.
5 meat cultists with one, like blah blah blah. You could just bullshit. Like, yeah, you could. It depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
I would rather build up the.
Okay.
If this was a long-term game and not
Sure.
just min-maxing, I would rather be like, no, he's a consummate professional at 12. He could do way
All right.
better than
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Roll persuade then.
like I know we need all the help we can get, but lying about you and then coming back and having you be 12 and like, hey, 9/5.
I were
All
You
right.
really believe that?
All right. Very good. He's like, all right. Yeah. I guess if you survive this long, you have a point. All right. So McStuffins, I think you're the only one with the scam left. You get a scam too.
I want to.
So you have 2 of the 3 spots of Kyle's spots, and you, yeah, you can also manipulate to add a D10.
I'm going to do just research and see if I can figure out his third spot.
Sure.
2.
That should be the job-related stuff. So that research makes sense there.
I mean, I really want to actually just do research and look up his gotcha, and I missed by 1 on mine, and I am
All
out
right.
of will.
All right. Well, there you go. And
you-
Gotcha
are the
handles
references?
Milf Lover.
I
Do
mean, yeah, yeah. Do you want to burn references on this?
It's 5 bounty we earn by knowing one of the spots. So,
But
last time
I
even if
tried-
we could succeed, we earn 1.
all right, I will burn my last reference in bad decision making.
Yeah, you will. All right. Yeah. Roll charisma. Yeah.
2d10. Yep, fail. 3 more.
Yay!
Save $1. Save
All
$2.
right. Yeah, he's God, what's his
I called a guy on a forum who just is got you by the balls.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, this is not like that's not that's his weak spot. His soft spot is that he believes in the arts and has, not sacrificing. He gives up a lot of luxury to help people achieve their artistic and creative goals. So like, yeah, like the soft spot is something admirable in normal circumstances, right? So he helps teach people how to be artistic and creative and things like that. So in cheap ways. So which in terms of a soft spot, yeah. I mean, there's a way you could I mean, the way you could rhetorically link this to this job is like, just think of what these drones could do. Not only can you ensure the security of the enclave, you could take such interesting drone photos and videos and document this place. Think of the potential. So yeah.
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 Or put his hypocrisy, like he's gonna pay us less, but he doesn't want us to be artists.
So this is his final negotiations, and let's see here.
Doesn't he have still 110 because that was scam? So that would be now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the last time he can go try and raise the number of chips. Yeah, I've heard some things about Mo, and he is. I mean, he's kind of delusional, right? Like, as being just thinking that we're going to be how do we know he's not like a DHQS sleeper agent or something? Like this kind of delusional belief, it seems really like a liability in the field.
I think I'm just going to try persuade again. Come on, lucky persuade. I'm just, again, he comes through in a pinch. He just built that cool new sandbag wall on the outside. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. All right.
All around good guy. Dicebot hungers for blood.
Yep. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you get another chip, so you're at 5 chips now.
Yep.
So cool. All right. You don't have to worry about the undercut because you got that going for you.
Thank God.
So you have 7d10. So let's roll that real quick. 44 minus 15 minus 25 is 24 bounty. And so that's the initial amount.
That's not 24 bounty. That's 19 bounty.
Oh, 19 bounty. Sorry, yeah. 19 bounty. Yeah, it's an easy job. So
we are winners.
You have 2 call outs. So you could raise it by 10 bounty by removing 2 chips by calling, or actually no, you know all of his spots. So yeah. Unless you want to counter it and roll 2d10 and take the highest of the 2 and replace that die. So yeah. What do you feel? You want to go the flat 5 per or do you want to risk
3d10?
Yeah.
Is that what the alternative is?
Well, okay, so the way it works is you know all 3 of his spots, and we already rhetorically figured out how to use them. So you can call out, be like, "You're a gotcha addict. You. We can use the drones for art. We can, and we can really stick it to the establishment people. If you bring these drones in, you prove you're a professional. So you use that to remove each spot. Lets you remove a chip, right? So that's a flat 5 bounty. But if you're gambling, if you're into gambling. So the lowest roll you made was a 3. So you could we would remove that 3, 1d10 from the offer bounty, then re-roll 2d10 and take the highest and replace that die.
I see. And we would do that for each spot that we have?
Well, for each spot you can choose to call out or to counter.
We can call out 2 and do a counter for 1.
I would. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan for me.
Yeah, let me zoom in a little more so you can see it. Yeah, we're right here. So, all right. So you're gonna counter once.
Yes, that's
okay. All right. So roll 2d10 and hope one of them is better than a 3. Yeah.
What do you guys want to do this? My rolls have been atrocious.
Well, it's McStuffin's roll because he's the negotiator.
McStuffin's the negotiator.
Let me ask something. Counter says subtract 1d10 from the offer.
Yeah, that's gonna be the 3.
It's the one of the rolled numbers, so it's under that 710. So the 3 is the lowest one. That's the one you would want to remove, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have to re-roll 2d10.
And that 1.
Pick that.
Yes,
sorry.
It's advantage. It's D&D. It's basically get rid of 1 roll and roll.
Yeah, I misunderstood the 2d10 thing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Almost as good. 3 becomes a 7.
That's great.
All right. So, all right. So we have 41 now plus 7. So 41 plus 7, 48. 48, and then we subtract 2 more chips, so that's a total of 3 chips. So 48 minus 15.
33 bounty?
33. Yep.
33 bounty is what you have negotiated.
And that's total for us to split among 5
yeah,
people.
4 people.
4 people. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is the offer you get. And now you do also you get free survival for all your dependents this job. So you got that going for you.
That's not bad.
You can earn more money along the way. We'll see. But I am going to refill my drink. So I will be right back. Yeah, you can talk about whatever you feel like. So yeah, I'll be right back.
We're
gonna die on this job.
What's our headquarters look like? Where do we hang out?
We are in Troutfit, so I would say we've I don't know, rented like a stall inside like one of the,
Wait,
the kind of like display areas.
I have a stupid proposal. Please feel free to reject this. The quote unquote conference room is there used to be like there's like a fake prefab cave behind the prefab waterfall.
We're in the cave.
We're in the cave, and people rent the cave as a meeting spot, and there's like a table and one, LED solar charged light, that's
is there a stuffed bear in the corner because I didn't know where else to put it?
There's like stuffed bears and shit in the corner. It's just real menacing and poorly lit, and everything's covered in suede.
We have a tiny coffee table, like a skew.
Yeah, exactly. There's no room to sit.
And I'm standing between the beers in the corner because I'm latent.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right.
No, don't rub up against those. They have fur on them. That'll.
The insurance on this place was fucking crazy. Don't touch the goddamn bears.
All right.
All right. So we have all our plans spread out, and they don't really fit on the coffee table because it's too small.
No. We have to hold them in our hands, Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding the one light and I'm like really close to the ground, so it's hard to see anything.
All right, McStuffins, it's good. It's good. I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, that's what I mean. We can make this work. I think we just need to pick up something on the way. I mean, I'm fine, probably. You guys might not be, but we'll figure that out, right?
We're just escorting like a convoy, right, boss?
That's the plan.
That doesn't sound too bad.
What could go wrong in an escort job?
Yeah, I mean, like, escort missions always suck in video games because there's like a person that you can't control running around and they get attacked all the time. But like, if it's a convoy, how bad could it be?
Yeah, it's like help from the recession. This stuff, it's great. Now we're finally getting more drones out here.
I mean, that depends on how much convoy that is. Like, it isn't one guy on a donkey with a cart with the drones.
How big do you guys think these drones are? You think they're like little video drones, or are they like big agriculture drones?
All right, 33 bounty.
Bombing drones to take out casualties. That'd be great.
All right. And I am back. Is everybody else back?
Yeah.
By the way, what is everyone's total cost breakdown? Mine is, I believe, about 8. So I'm kind of good.
Mine will be.
Did you use a reference?
Oh yeah, we have to pay for that as well.
I mean, you could stiff them.
Well, mine is 13 in the whole. So really, what we have is 20 bounty split on each of which is 5 bounty on each, and that covers my equipment expenses. So we are already having our survival expenses covered. Yes, I'm still good.
Okay, yeah. If you didn't get fucked over with your references, yeah.
I mean, I only have.
There's like a slash over my upkeep on scent blocker. Does that mean I don't have to pay it, Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think it's one of those items. Yeah, you just use it. It's like a grenade.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, once you use it, it's gone. If it's slashed out, you buy it once.
Right, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'm current. I think my upkeep is 5, so I'm 1 in the hole.
Okay. Yeah. So
survival is covered by our bribe, so you're not.
No, that's just my equipment.
Yeah, 5.
My equipment is 6 because it's labor, rifle, and unit space.
Okay, yeah, then I get it. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you all head out. And there is, of course, you all say goodbye to your loved ones. And
No, Gracie, please let go of my foot. Let go.
oh, yeah, we should. And so you all head out. It's a 3 shifts away. They're no longer legs; they're shifts. And each of you mark off a labor for your first shift.
Oh.
So it's Ross. It's 3 shifts there, and then once we get there, what do we have to do?
You will basically 3 shifts to get to the convoy.
Okay.
And then you will be escorting them back to the convoy's coming to.
Right. Is it
Troutfit.
3 more shifts back or what?
No, it's just 3 shifts. It's just
Okay,
3
okay,
shifts
gotcha.
total. So, but it's just how Red Market does it. Do all your. I mean, you can't optionally do it after. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. Is
yeah.
like, is there some mechanic where like, oh, you could do a shift with the convoy or something?
Yeah,
That's
I
not
mean,
a late
technically, I
shift.
could split it up to where you do 1 shift like there
that's
and
fine,
2
just-
back or whatever. But like, just for this, basically,
For
I wrote.
expediency's sake.
By the way, all the jobs were going to be 3 shifts. I wrote 3 shifts, and that's what.
What?
Yeah.
Just pull back the veil.
yeah.
Ah!
Well, what you have to do for each job was very different. So, anyway, yeah. Are you all traveling together, or is there one person going to be a scout?
I'll scout. That
We have
sounds like
2
it's
people
my
who could
job.
potentially be a scout.
Okay, well,
but
Sketch is
I think
volunteering.
Sketch is better.
Sketch, do you have a communications device of some kind?
I have Ubix specs.
Does somebody else in the rest of the party have?
I have Ubix specs.
Okay.
I also have the GhoulNet app, so I don't have to spend.
You don't have to
contact.
Okay, well there you go.
All right. On what?
App GhoulNet, no battery no charges to contact crew with device.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
So I am keeping in touch with you.
Okay.
All right. So Sketch, you're out front. Like I said, it's late spring. We'll say it's like May. It's starting to get into summer. It's starting to get warmer. And there's just been this really gray, overcast sky all day. And as you are up in the front, you realize there've been an unusually low number of casualties, easy to avoid. And that's when you smell something in the air, and you realize it's the smell of, it's the smell of fire. It is smoke. And give me either a scheme or a glean check. I believe glean is the perception thing.
Right.
Yeah, to figure out where there's a fire up ahead, but you're far enough away that you can smell the smoke, but you don't see the fire yet. But you'll have to make some sort of check to.
Could I use sneak to get up close without anything there?
Well,
seeing me?
It's a fire. There's
perception?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. It's perceiving that. I mean, you could just tell the crew, and you could all then coordinate, figure out what to do. But like, there's a fire up ahead somewhere as you're basically walking out of town into a forested area to, overgrown, basically, like, again, the Midwest, this is a hilly region, not flat. And so, but there's lots of small towns, there's lots of forests, there's lots of fields, and it's been overgrown and abandoned for 5 years, and it's dry. The rains have stopped, so it's not surprising that a fire would start somewhere.
So I'll use glean if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Being that he is in contact.
12 over 2, in fact.
Okay. Sorry, Scribble, what was your question?
No. Okay, he succeeded as well. So
all right. So yeah, there's definitely a wildfire up ahead. You're far enough away that you have some options. It is moving, and you get a sense of which direction it's moving. Fortunately, it's not going to hit the Enclave. The Enclave, there's too much concrete, and all the buildings around the Enclave are burned or have people there that can fight the fires. So the easy way around it, no skill check necessary, is going to cost you +3 labor. You have to take a wide ass path around this. You have to basically go to a rocky fields and old roads and places where it's not going to burn. There is however, because of the way the fire is moving, you think you figure out a path to, but you need to move through this opening before it gets cut off by the fire. So that's a move. Yeah. Sorry, I wrote athletics checks in my notes because I run the same fucking different games.
Yeah.
The move good skill.
Move good speed.
Yeah. So. Yeah, do you want to go slow and safe, or do you want to fuck it?
I'm gonna. I don't. Whatever the rest of the party wants to do, we're in communication.
Here's the thing: you can all choose separately because you made your skill check. You'd be like, you can go east and north, or you can go north, and we can rendezvous at this one location. That we all know.
I'm gonna move. I'm moving. We wasted too much bullshit.
All right. If you fail, it will be we'll see how bad
it's
it gets.
Not a fail. It's a 6/4.
Okay. Yeah. How much did you spend to make that? You have to spend at least one labor.
By the roll, I'll spend just one.
Okay. Yeah. If you spend more, remember you can overspend. Yeah. So if you basically by default, it's just going to be one unless you say otherwise. So yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that's sketch. But each of you have to make a decision.
I'm
Durian.
gonna move through it. Move through it, and I'm gonna spend additional ration to give myself +1.
All right, very good. Go ahead and give me that roll.
All right, and I succeed. 6/2.
You're fine.
I'm gonna move 2.
Okay.
By a roll.
Mm-hmm. So just one.
That's
labor.
3. That's 5 under 6.
Okay.
You have willpower.
I do. And I'll spend one.
All right. So you almost get burned, but you're like, oh shit. I should not be close of. Yeah.
For the mission, for reclamation.
Yeah. So the
McStuffins.
Yeah, McStuffins. You're the only one. Yeah. Do you slow and safe or big damn heroes? Yeah.
Man, I'm out of all the things that get me through safe if I mess up. Is it's 1 to try to move through or 2 to just kind of go around?
It's a minimum of 1 to move through. You have to buy a move roll. It's 3 labor to just walk around it. And yeah.
I think I'm going to be a tired, grumpy old doctor man who doesn't have a lot of willpower right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hoof it around because if I eat it bad right now. And I would probably spend 3 anyways.
I mean, I say walking, but it's like a fast jog. It's like as fast as you can go without having to actually make a check. But you're just power walking around the fire. That's why it takes 3 labor to do. So, all right, you do that, and you all rendezvous. What's the sketch? What's the rendezvous point?
Sketch is a little kid, so Sketch is gonna pick. Can it be Burger Town?
Yeah, Burger Town. Yeah, the remnants of a Burger Town.
The remnants of a Burger Town.
Yeah,
because Sketch played the 5th remaster of Modern Warfare 2 recently.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. By the way,
beware the ball pit. Beware the ball pit. Sometimes there's casualties.
Yeah, it's strangely intact. So after each shift, there's an interlude. The interlude is a pure role-playing thing about where you take shelter and anything you do.
I think we take shelter in Burger Town.
All right, yeah.
We take Burger Town.
These short scenes, page 226. Short scenes show what the takers are eating, meals, or bedding down for the night. So how are you trying to recuperate in the downtime as you are you all are drenched in the smell of smoke. Like you still hit, you didn't get close enough to, you didn't take any stuff. Basically, if you failed the check, you would have taken a D10 stun damage to the chest from smoke inhalation, and then a D10 lethal damage to a random hit location from burns. If you crit failed, then it would have been a lot worse as you fall under the fire. But either way, but you didn't. None of you got burned.
Only slight singeing.
How much of the roof of Burger Town is intact? Are you sleeping in it or outside it? Like
on top of it?
Maybe? On top of it. Okay, yeah.
I like that image a lot.
All right. Yeah, it's a dry night. You don't have to worry about rain. As you are all camping down on the roof, it is a bright night. The fires are you can see them moving in the distance, burning out some of the vegetation. There's fires every spring now. You have nobody to fight them. There's not nearly as much dead wood anymore because there's fires every year now.
Yeah, the fires aren't as intense anymore.
In fact, this is becoming more prairie again. It's becoming less forested and more prairie like. More grasslands. Trees are becoming rarer. Which
Sketches trying to play craps with McStuffins, but the dice keep rolling down the side of
Oh yeah. The roof
is scrambling down to try and grab the dice. From
the roof is sagging a bit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
we should have had that coffee table with us. That was sort of adapted for the slope.
All right, second shift. Sorry. So everyone burn off another labor.
All right.
And
swirling in those mines.
All right, Sketch. You don't have to make a skill check to hear this. You hear, "Hey, Midwest, are you ready to party?" from speakers from a long distance away. "This is Animatronic Bear Fuckfest!" And then you hear these robotic bear voices just growling and the sounds of electric guitar and just noise coming from a long ways away. You're like, what the fuck?
Sketch's face blanches, and they say into their Ubix, "Guys, I think there might be some people up ahead that we need to kill."
I mean, they are probably surrounded by casualties if they are so loud by now.
Sketch, am I
I meant mostly on principle, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Sketch, you clear you go up a hill and you can see on the other side there is basically a former grain processing silo plant where there's multiple large buildings near each other, and on the roof of one of them, the tallest of these buildings, you can't see it too well, but you can see some figures on top, humans that like a band set up with speakers, all wired pointing downward and around, and then there's some animatronic bears with little suits on, and they're clearly scavenged from Pizza Palace, the Cool Rats Pizza Parade, the chain restaurant that had animatronic animals performing for kids at their birthday parties. And they've been obviously reprogrammed, and there are casualties already spreading around. And your Ubix get a ping. There's an open Ubic network on there. Would you like to learn more? Kind of thing. All right. So you get a little text webpage pulled up on this mesh network, and it says, if you can see this, you're within Ubic range of us. We are Animatronic Bear Fuckfest. We are a noise band. We are very popular in the recession, and we get every concert is very profitable for us. If you would like to help, click here, and we can otherwise please leave us alone. We are drawing all casualties away for us. We have an escape plan. We know the risks. Please do not interfere if you do not want to assist with us. We are armed, and we do not have anything valuable for you. It's kind of so you can contact them. You realize it's going to be an extra if you just want to avoid these entirely. You could just go swing wide and spend 2 labor, or in fact, you're probably going to have to, because they're definitely drawing enough casualties around you that you don't want any of that. But what
do they need help with?
Well, you have to contact them, and they'll tell you what they need help with.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, I'll reach out.
Okay, yeah, you get a text message. Hey, cool. We started our concert. If you're, do you have a site on the building?
Do I?
Yeah, you can see them. Like,
I see you guys. I
Great.
see all your friends.
There's two things you can do. If you have a weapon, a ranged weapon, we've placed tannerite on the big yellow buckets on the burned out cars in the parking lot. Do you see those?
I assume I do.
Yeah. When one of them gets with a lot of zombies, a lot of casualties, shoot it. That'll blow up. We have cameras fixed on it, or tell us you're going to do it, so we can
So you
give
can
us
sync it up to the music and
give us like a 10 count. Give us like a minute.
Yeah. Okay, what do I get if I do this?
We will let's see here. We will give you we will give you an extra 2 bounty for every time you do that. There are 5 of them down there. But you have to wait for them to show up to get really bunch up on there.
Can I use lie, deceive? Listen, 2 bounties fine, but you're drawing a shitload of casualties here. I think I'll need more bounty if you want me to wait to do this.
All right, yeah, I'd allow that.
I'm gonna use will to flip.
Is that just a regular failure?
It's a regular fail.
All right, yeah.
Would have been 4 under 6.
Sure.
Where's my will again? Sorry, it's the skill, right?
It's one of your whatever they call it, potentials. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they double it to 4 bounty per thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Holy.
what I want. That's a number I like. All right, gamers. Do you want to do this? I think we should. We're not making enough money to say no.
Yeah, and ask about the second thing, because they had 2 things to do.
The other thing is, if you're really a good shot, if you could shoot near us, up on the roof without hitting us, and like to make it look like we're under fire, that would be sick. But if you hit any of us, no bounty. And if you shoot at us more than once, well, we'll assume hostile intentions. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sure. What do I get if I do this?
Let's see here. We only need you to do this once, but we'll give you another 4 bounty.
Okay. I'm good to do it all.
Okay.
Right. Anybody want to help me out here?
So yeah.
I have a rifle that's short range because I don't have a.
Yeah, my rifle's short range also, but it's silenced, and I am very sneaky, so I can probably pull it off.
I could potentially help you, but it seems like a bad idea. But
is your rifle not silenced?
My rifle is silenced.
Actually, I just remembered it doesn't matter if our rifles are silenced. People probably wouldn't be able to hear our rifles over this shit anyway.
I mean, I have a long range.
Here's the thing.
But
right now, you're at extreme long range and you're not doing anything, so the zombies aren't noticing you. But if you want to get in shooting range, that's going to be a stealth check to get in a position to shoot at them. You're at extreme long range right now.
I'll sneak up to get close and make shots. I will use
casualties are pouring in from around. Like this.
I would advise you use the scent blocker.
I'm going to use the scent blockers. Yeah, and I'm
roll stress or self control.
All right. Is this a bio? Do I have to spend labor to roll, Ross?
Let's see. What does scent blocker do in terms of the written game mechanics?
You have to
enable sneak against casualties.
Against self control against stress.
Self control against stress. Yeah. And let's see here.
The question would be: would my crossbow
actually fuck it?
Out the bomb too?
Yeah.
I'll join sketch. I'll go as well. And with my specialization, I don't think I need scent blocker. If you accept that one, Ross.
Let's see here. So you never have to roll stealth against zombies or
I have to roll stealth.
Yeah.
They just don't instantly sense me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of game mechanics, you have to make a stealth check to get in position. And you have to choose whether you're going to be shooting the tannerite stuff. There are 5 charges placed around in a circle. so you can only shoot 3 from any given angle. So you have to make a second stealth check to
Would
get to
my
the other
crossbow
two.
blow it too? Or does it need to be a bullet?
So yeah,
Because-
so and then the shooting the rooftop, you have to get on a separate shooting angle. That's going to be definitely a precision shot. The tannerite charges you can overspend on because it's a bucket. And the other thing is the casualties are pouring in. They just started, so they're not at a critical mass yet. So you can
All right,
do that.
I'll go
yeah.
for shooting the band first because
Okay.
I have really good shoot.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna go to shoot the buckets with my
Okay,
crossbow.
you can shoot half the bucket or 3 of the buckets
All right,
within.
so I'm rolling stealth first, right?
Oh yeah, well let's do this one at a time. So let's sketch first. Yeah, roll stealth to get in position to shoot at the band.
All right, that is a 13 over 3.
All right, so this is a precision shot. You can't overspend.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, and I assume I spend a charge to fire.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And did I spend a charge to make that stealth roll?
I don't think stealth lets you. No, you're pretty slow. I'd say you don't have to do it for this
Okay,
one.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 10 over 5. So
All right.
I make the shooting at the band roll.
All right, you warn them. You hit a. They tell you exactly where to hit. It's between 2 of the keyboardist and the electric guitar player, the lead guitarist, and it hits a mannequin they've set up between. Actually, no, it hits one of the animatronic bears. Yeah.
Which one do I take out? Do I shoot the pizza rat?
He's too cool. No, they want to shoot the bear. So you shoot the bear, and they have their cameras trained on it, and yeah. So yeah, you are so that's +4 bounty shooting at the band. So Durian, you were planning to shoot the tannerite?
Yep, with my crossbow, yes.
All right, first a stealth check to get in position to shoot up to 3 of them.
Okay, I'm gonna use my will to flip that.
Okay, you're in position, and I will say you can the thing is, if you want to get, I would say right now only one of the barrels has enough. If you all have to spend a labor to wait for more casualties to pour in to fill up 3 of them, and so you can make so the thing is you're going to be waiting for a while to get enough casualties here to do this. So
we need this money.
All right,
Yep,
everyone
we're
spend
gonna
a
wait.
labor.
All right.
And while we're waiting, can I get in position for the other?
Yeah, you sure can.
Do I have to roll for that?
Mm-hmm.
Is this stealth?
Yeah, stealth. Or Mo, did you want to do that?
I also wanted to do that, and we need
Yeah.
2 guys in different positions anyway. But
Yeah,
Dorian
so
is
sketch
already
while you're
on
focusing
target.
on the band, I'll say Mo was getting in position for the shooting the other 2 barrels. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have failed my roll, but if Mo is doing
Yeah. You're everyone's minimizing how much you have to move around with the huge horde of casualties.
Got it.
in
Okay.
the vicinity.
Well, the good news is that I succeed at 11 over 8.
All right.
And I
So,
do have that whole thing where, they need to see me. They can't.
all
just
right.
sense
So you
me.
all wait for the casualties to pour in. You're all just sitting and waiting, and yeah, that's going to also be a self-control check because you're like,
Yay!
this is a lot. There's a lot of casualties coming.
We also is the noise music at least good?
Well, that depends on your self-control check.
I made it. I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great reclamation propaganda. So I can get behind this.
All right.
I failed mine.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's 1 to stress. This
God damn
is
it.
this
I
is
fail anyway.
yeah. This is not this is boy. You do not like noise music. It turns out, and you don't like waiting around for more casualties to show up.
I like
So-
the silence more.
Yeah, exactly. So all of you, we'll do this. So there's 5 barrels total, and the 2 shooters, Mo and Durian. Each of you can take your first shot.
All right. I'll spend a charge of my Ubix spec for a +2 to shoot.
And if your weapons are silenced, unless you crit, if you crit fail, then obviously the casualties are going to know your position. If you regular fail, you can just keep shooting as long as you want to burn ammo on this until you hit a stationary object.
God damn it.
Okay, I hit my target.
All right, so that's one barrel down. It explodes, taking out a bunch of casualties.
+4 bounty.
+4 bounty.
I'll spend another charge. I missed, even though I spent +2 to. That's a hit.
Okay, so that's 2 Tannerite charges so far. Then you can move on to your second barrels. You both have so that's yeah. Go ahead and both make another shooting check.
All right, I'll spend a third Ubic charge. Did not need, but oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna need to shoot another time because I failed that one. 5/8.
Okay. Yeah. Again, you can keep going as long as you have ammo. If you crit fail, let me know, and if you crit succeed, let me know. But otherwise, just tell me how you can just keep rolling into because you're just burning ammo. There's your target practice.
I hit it with the second shot, so that's 2 gone.
All right, so that's 4 Tannerite charges, and I think only
No, 3 because we have 3 plus the band right now.
well,
4.
Yeah,
5
4.
total.
Now
if you
4,
count
yeah.
the-
yeah. So now there's 1 Tannerite charge left, and I believe that was on Durian's side. Yeah, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, let's finish this job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay,
Ah, you.
7/2, so I hit it.
All right.
24
So
bounty.
24
Time to-
bounty. Yeah.
Time to crawl away with our winnings.
Yeah. They wire you crypto money. They ask if you want to be listed as collaborators for this album.
Press
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. So you'll get a rep spot from that. This is like a major musical event. You know, this is animatronic. They had to do a whole job line to get this done, and then they were gonna have another taker group do this for them, but they something happened to them. It's like, oh shit. But animatronic bear fuckfest is a huge success. And they you don't know what their extraction plan is, but you do spot a zip line from the tallest building to another building nearby that leads off quite a ways, and you realize that's another day or another shift let's see here, McStuffins, where are you taking shelter for the next interlude?
I think we just have like a nice little like campfire in the woods, and it's probably just a very quiet night with us all going mop, just loud tinnitus in the ear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mm,
Silence.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's great. You'll love it. You in fact do not love it. All right.
Well, no, actually, I think Sketch did love it and is irritating everybody by replaying pieces of the concert.
Yeah, there we go.
They liked it just enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you want us to get a will for that, you can make us all roll self-control.
Oh, can I, Ross?
Yeah, if you want to be a shit to the other players, yeah.
Definitely. I want to be an asshole.
All right,
I want to
yeah.
spend a charge on my Ubic
Yeah.
at A, and I want to prompt everybody to make a self-control check.
All right,
So
everyone
they're
give me
listening
self-
to the.
Everyone else give me self-control against detachment.
This is
kid.
I remember. This is I
Yeah.
remember what fun was like, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is I remember what fun was.
I
like.
failed mine.
All right, it's one detachment. This motherfucker won't shut up about this fucking awful noise. They literally call it noise.
Asshole co-workers.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yep.
I succeed because this is how we reclaim. This is how we bring attention to the loss. This is
So yeah, you're fine.
Just make
So
some
I get a
noise.
will back.
Yeah.
And Sketch stays up all night listening to their entire discography.
Yeah.
which is all just noise.
It's
Actually,
You don't-
Sketch, give me a self-control check.
You're right, Ross. I do deserve to be punished for this.
No, I mean, you're staying up all night. That's stress. If you,
I failed myself.
yeah. Gain of stress. You're like, oh Jesus Christ.
Which one? To detachment trauma or it's stress.
Yeah. Stress. Yeah.
He's like, you don't notice the difference between this truck and another? Huh?
Actually, by now he probably does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an encyclopedic knowledge of the animatronic bear fuckfest, but I didn't sleep last night.
Didn't sleep last night. So, yeah, all of you get up and ready for your final shift. And Sketch, you don't have to make a check to see it. It's pretty obvious. As you're walking around, you can see a hill. You're basically passing by this McMansion development. A neighborhood filled with ruined McMansions that have obviously it was you don't know if it was an enclave or a bandit hideout or whatever. There's some shit went down here. All these McMansions are burned down, bullet holes, just fucking wrecked, looted. Some casualties in the distance, not many. But you see in the backyard of one of these McMansions a big metal tube sticking out of the ground. And you kind of look at it a bit and you can kind of see a bunch of dirt has fallen off the backyard, eroded, and you can see the tube goes into a big metal box that's buried in the ground. You can give me I mean, any of you can give me a scheme check to figure out what the fuck is this.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I could spend a charge off my Ubix with the moth cast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a +3 to my scheme, which fails.
Okay. You can also make research checks with Ubix to figure out what the fuck is this thing.
Can I borrow somebody's Ubix for a minute?
Yeah, you can borrow mine. Wait, hang on. Are you the?
Nope, I'm deleted.
No,
I'm the
fuck yeah,
infected guy.
absolutely not.
All right. No. McStuffins is immune, not Leighton. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe you'll get
Borrow
lucky
mine.
and catch what I got.
Yeah.
You could look at mine.
All right.
We don't know McStuffins is in universe yet.
But I wouldn't know if he was Leighton.
So that's a 9/3 on research.
Oh shit! This is one of these fucking this guy, whoever owned that house back before the crash, must have been rich enough to plant a little mini survivalist bunker in his backyard. It's basically they would dig a massive hole in your backyard, and it would be the tube is a little there would be a hatch on the top, and there would be a ladder leading down into a little survivalist bunker filled with supplies and food and a generator and all that other shit.
Is this like the size of the one that's just has enough room for like one chair and a couch for you to look at your?
Judging by the size of the metal box, this was like a family size thing.
All right.
It's still partially buried. It's just erosion has exposed the
metal part. Right.
Yeah. It's all metal, but like the entrance and part of the roof of the main room. It looks like. So basically, you would have to. So the tube is just sticking out of the ground. And it's you could climb to the top of the highest part of the hill, and then you could kind of step. If you want to investigate further, you could walk up to the top of the highest part of the hill. You'd be able to look down on this tube and be able to see if you want to get in there. So obviously these kind of bunkers would have tons of supplies and shit because only rich people could afford to have one built in their backyard, right?
Yeah, but they could be used after 5 years.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's who knows what's inside.
I mean,
It's a gamble. I'm feeling pretty high off the 24 bounty payout we got, so maybe we should take more risks.
Oh, obviously, we still need money to retire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any issues to not try this place. Should I go first?
I don't know, guys.
They
I
got
get
infected?
kind of a bad feeling.
What do you mean retire? Aren't we just going to rebuild?
I mean, you need to retire after you rebuild.
Oh
Why do you guys think all those McMansions are fucked up? You think anything to do with this?
It could be anything.
I just kind of get a bad vibe.
Dude, I cannot get infected. I gonna try to check it if.
All right. So during you go to the top of the hill.
Just volunteer that.
Well, because he's the Leighton, like it's pretty obvious he can't be. I mean, he is infectious. He is.
No. I mean, he's just. It's just. Why would he manifest that there could be zombies here?
Yeah. So Jared, you go to the top
vibes.
of the hill. You can see basically the tube is just sticking out of the ground. It's sort of like you could just step from the highest part of the hill onto the hatch, and there's just like a hatch that you pull. It's like a ship's hatch. You know, you just spin the wheel and you could open it up, and there would be which I assume you do.
I do.
And you open it up, it reveals a ladder going down into the darkness, and you can smell death down there. So there's at least one casualty down there for sure. But it is yeah. Do you have a flashlight or a source of light?
That's what the thing I need to do now. Like, fuck, that was fire. I should have gotten torch then.
I don't think any of us has a flashlight.
So yeah, you could make a what's the skill to make?
Scavenge.
Yeah, you could scavenge a light source. Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
go
can.
into a
You
book
just
and
look around
torch.
the McMansion you're near and see if there's like a light source of some kind. Yeah.
God damn! Everything that could be burned as a torch has already been burned. I failed my roll.
All right. Yeah. So it's totally dark down there.
Can I spend charges out of a medical kit to rig a torch with like rubbing alcohol or something? There's got to be some flammable.
Yeah, for sure. I would say
You're definitely not going to need that medical alcohol in just a bit.
No, you're fine.
Fine.
I would say someone could roll reoffend and use medic kit charges, at least one, to medic or
Molotov.
to scavenge or reoffend, really, or rig. Actually, it's rig, right? Yeah, I don't have any of those skills. Yeah, making fire, making a torch is pretty basic. There are a lot of skills would be allowed to do that. So actually, yeah, you don't even have to roll. It's fucking simple. If you just spend 2 charges off your medic kit.
All right, yeah, I'll do that and take some gauze or whatnot. And
gauze, alcohol, and a lighter, and
precious medical supplies used for lighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, you got a little makeshift torch. Is someone gonna like climb down the ladder with torch in hand, or are you just gonna drop it down there to see what's at the bottom?
I think I'm gonna climb it down slowly, watching it down.
Okay.
Can I sort of look over his shoulder with a gun just in case?
It is a tight fit. There is no way to shoot.
So I'm hearing precision rolls.
I'm saying like not even precision. Like
that depends on the bullet penetration. If he can hit someone down there.
Yeah, it's a tube that's barely big enough for a person. They were not like expansive.
It's like the oxygen tube, probably, or something. Or like
I'm just gonna stand here with a gun anyway, in case you get bit to death and become a vector. So
that's what the cops for. You just
saying,
close it.
bad vibe.
All right, Durian, give me a stealth check.
(10/3). I made it.
All right, you're in there. It smells of death. You're in what looks like a hotel or Airbnb living room, except and there are several rooms around you, or entrances to other rooms, but you can see there are casualties that have not noticed you yet. But I will roll D10 to see how many there are. There are 3 casualties that you can see. They have not noticed you yet, but it's like, I'm going to say this is combat unless you immediately go up the ladder. They're going to notice you very soon because you have a fucking torch. And these are cramped quarters.
I'm going to pull out my machete into other hand and just gonna...
All right, so we are going into... let's see here. Combat brief. Here we go. And anyone else can make a move check to slide down the ladder real quick. I would say you can make a hand gesture, be like, 3, indicating 3 casualties. So all of you on the surface can go down there. Now you can delay actions and hope that no one sees you, and have other takers come down while you cover them, or you could immediately start attacking. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna attack, and I'm gonna spend plus.
Okay. Well, you're attacking. Well, hold on. Okay,
yes.
So the 3 of you on the surface, you can see Durian's down there. He holds out 3 and he starts
Fingers.
drawing a weapon. He starts moving away from you're looking straight down, right? You can't see anything else other than what's immediately down there. So are any of you going down the ladder this round? You
I
can.
will.
Okay, so Sketch, are you going to safely climb down the ladder as they were designed, or are you going to do the cool thing where you slide down the ladder?
Can I? I assume it's a roll either way.
No, if you go down the ladder normally, you don't have to roll. If
Okay,
you want to slide down and act this round, that's a move action. To do the thing where you're like sliding on, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I also have the move specialization parkour. My score in that is lower than my regular score in move. Could I like parkour down and make a shot this turn? If
you
I
just
do
make
that?
a basic move check, it's just a basic move.
Okay, just
check.
basic move. All right, I was trying to see basic.
Yeah, you don't have to
Special.
parkour.
I'll make a move check. It's fine.
Yeah.
That is a 7 under 9.
Okay, so
And I spend a labor for that, right?
Yeah, you spend a labor for that, and you are going down the ladder. You try and do that, but you didn't critically fail, so you don't fall down. But you catch yourself, and you're not going to be able to act this round. And nobody else can get through the ladder because it's a ladder and it's a small tube. So, anyways, combat with Durian and 3 things. So it's 1 theater, and the order by theater, roll black, red, and add the taker's boost as effort. So what is your speed?
My speed is 3, but casualties are last, if I remember properly, in combat brief, because this combat brief, later it is against blight. It's lower there.
Yeah, here we go. Blight brief, yeah. Let's see here. Speed determines the amount, so red determines the speed. Lower is better, yeah. So I will say, yeah, they are slow. So you get to go first this first round. Next round, you'll probably, because you'll be in melee. So let's see. For each point, the attackers fight wield skills. So you're melee attacking them?
Yep, with my machete. That's a wield.
Okay, so roll wield.
And I'm gonna spend 3 labor to get +2 bonus for that, and +1 for alloy on my machete, so that's gonna be a total of +6 to roll.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. Good thing you did that. So with +6, that is 8 over 5. So you succeed.
My wield is 3, so I take 3 mass.
All right, you do kill 3 mass of them. And
that's all 3, right?
Yeah, that's all 3.
Sketch is like stuck in the pipe. It's like, yeah. It's like, finally
Like,
climbs down.
How do you manage this? You're like tiny. You keep getting stuck in vents and tight places.
Sketch wears like a big. That's actually very true. Sketch wears like a shitty ghillie suit, which in my mind is the scent blocker. It actually provides no visual support whatsoever because it's just like a mixture of like tanned casualty flesh and shit like that. But that's why they keep getting stuck on everything.
Yeah,
I also kind of have a mental image of like the rifle. I don't think you bought off clunky, so I could just see you like make it like 75% down, and like the rifle ends up stuck across the tube, and you're just
you bring the rifle with you everywhere. That's the explanation.
Yeah, the rifle's much bigger than I am, so it's.
So there are 3 driver's licenses on the 3 corpses. So that's 3 bounty for that. Let's see.
That's good labor to bounty cost.
And then, you can make labor, or I'll say each of you can make a scavenge check. Now, of course, this place does have a lot of highly sealed packaged goods. And this is obviously looks like a family unit that, someone got infected and they locked themselves in there. And well, here we are. There are a couple like ripped apart bodies that are not casualties, and 1 or 2 with that looked like they were killed by people. Looks like there were like 10 people in total, so 7 other people were in here. Far too many for this amount of space anyway. So each of you, so I'll say there's 4 of you. There's 4 scavenge checks that can be made. for the amount of goods, but obviously there's a lot of blight in this area, so even a failure could risk infection. Yeah. But the valuables are, if they're intact, if they're still in their packaging, there could be, they've been in here for 5 years. Very, very valuable stuff. So yeah. So well, there's also the other corpses. There's 7 other corpses in here. So who does anyone want to scavenge them for licenses?
I don't have scavenge as a skill. Can I roll reoffend to see if like the rich asshole had like a wall safe or something?
No, he does not. So it is scavenge at this point.
I have scavenge 1, but I'd rather not get infected. So...
I mean, you can. I think you can default the roll.
Yeah, that's 1, and that's basically your attribute on that. Or so let's see here. It's your.
I have it, but I'm just looking meaningfully at our resident Leighton.
Yeah.
I mean, if he needs help, I can offer because I'm high on life right now. So.
All right. Yeah.
And I mean, I'll make a big show of putting on some rubber gloves to try to default a roll, but
Yeah.
I'll roll. I'll roll. I don't have to default, so let me.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll the scavenge after you.
I failed 5 under 6.
Okay.
I failed 3 under 4.
Okay.
Is defaulting all crits are bad crits, or
let me.
is it
check.
roll 1d under 2?
Because I can spend a will.
And I failed my scavenge roll too. We are going great in checking this place out.
Yeah, hold on. Like I said, this place has a lot of blight, so failure is going to be bad.
Okay, I'll spend a will.
I'll spend a will too.
Yeah.
And I'm a latent, so I don't care.
Yeah, Leighton, you're fine. You just don't find anything. So
then I pass if I spend.
All right. So if you pass, let's say you get another half of the licenses from the other corpses. So that's another 3.
So we have +6 bounty so far.
Yeah, it's +6 bounty. All right. Let's see who else succeeded.
I did.
Okay, you find goods worth 10 bounty,
Hey!
worth 1 haul of survival supplies. So yeah. Canned pineapple or radio.
Oh, we haven't had pineapple in forever.
Yeah.
My God, these will go like hot potatoes.
They're hermetically sealed.
Hermetically sealed pineapple.
Yeah. All right. And
Ross, can we get something pathetic too, like just fucking beans that people haven't had in a long time?
Let's see here.
Corn. Corn
Yeah,
is
corn.
such a big thing.
Oh no, this guy was all right. So that was 1. That was the second success. How many other successes on scavenge?
I haven't rolled yet because
Okay.
I need to know if I roll 2d10 and all crits are bad.
No,
or
you roll 1.
1.
Yeah.
And you have to
roll
get
1?
equal to your or under your adaptability score.
Okay. Well, nothing. I can't get blighted.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You're not that good at adaptability.
All right. Here's the thing: you failed on an unskilled, so you get blight on you, and the other takers see it. So this is going to be a self-control check for everybody.
Yep, saw that coming.
Yep, and even for you, McStuffins, because you're like, oh god.
Crit fail.
All right, so
I crit succeed
Oh
on
my
the
god!
other hand.
Oh my god! He's gonna turn. Pull up the rifle.
yeah. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. So McStuffins, Sketch pulls out a rifle, aims it at you, and McScuffins.
Stand still, McStuffins. I'll make it quick.
Yeah. So you could defuse by telling them you're immune, but that's going to be 3 stress, 1 stress. Did you make your self-control check?
I made my self-control.
So it's 1 stress since you made it. If you tell them that you're immune, one stress, and also the fact that you're telling them that you're immune, or you're going to have to make some sort of skill check to talk Sketch down from shooting you.
How much do I lose from a crit fail?
We're gonna do. I'm holding that because I need to find out what McStuffin's reaction is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I am going to, just under the assumption we will probably be a group for a while, even though this is a one shot, I will probably come clean and like show them my legs where I've obviously been bitten like dozens of times from that one awful night. And it like, it just doesn't stick.
All right. That's one detachment for anybody, for the rest of you, and one stress for you, McStuffins. And two detachment for you, Sketch, because you crit failed, and you realize this guy you could buy your retirement if you just sell this human.
Also, you almost shot him.
Yeah,
I think Sketch feels a little bit more bad about almost shooting him. Sketch is a child and is somewhat very sweet and well-meaning, even if fucked up.
Yep.
You know, after all, they are here to pay for their grandma
who's
dying in a recession nursing home. Yeah, sounds good.
So
Anybody?
I had critical success, so do I heal one stress, actually?
There's a doctor that can work on you without turning into a vector.
And you can go out into the loss and get his help. Nobody will see.
Yeah, you don't heal any, but yeah, you're fine.
You actually heal. On side
you do?
138, yeah, critical skill 1 point.
Okay, yeah, you heal a point. Yeah, so you can heal it in whatever one of choice that makes sense to you. And did everybody finish all of their
Scavenge rolls are done, yeah.
Okay. So you got the licenses and you got a bunch of boxes of or cans of pineapple, which high-end pineapple too. This is like organic GMO or GMO free shit. Straight from Hawaii. This is the good high-end shit. So yeah.
Great job, team.
Yeah.
We didn't die yet.
We're at plus 40 bounty total, which is pretty good.
It's good. It's good. We can make this work too. Having an immune doctor.
Am I too young to start smoking?
Obviously not. You can start smoking. Yeah, in this day and age.
In this economy.
Yeah.
Smoking helps the economy, in fact. So
yeah,
you'd be helping the enclave out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's for the future.
It's just taking your life expectancy off the back end. Like it's fine. Think how much more alert you'll be. So
think how much more jumpy you'll be.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get more water, and I'll be right back. And then you get to the job site. Yay!
Hey, all of our resources are spent almost.
Don't worry about it.
I still got some shit, and I have one will. So it's a good thing I made you all listen to noise music all night.
Yeah.
That's
very about that.
I mean, I'm almost out of rations.
Oh god, that would have been so bad if we not had Will.
Oh god, that would be a kill switch.
The entire team fails and becomes infected. Well, luckily only half the team could fail and become infected. Unfortunately, that half failed. Oh well.
I mean, those scavenge rolls were so bad.
We're making it. I'm counting up the bounty. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good.
Too bad that everything in this bunker was covered with blight.
Well, almost, except for these packed pineapples. Oh, it's taking everything I have not to pop them.
You think those pineapples were devouring the casualties, so that's why they are not covered in blight?
Well, they were the back of the cupboard. So, not sure why. Maybe one of the kids didn't like pineapple. Did you see how many kids there were down there?
I tried to not see how many children were there.
Yeah, I tried not to either. I'm genuinely asking. I'm not sure how many kids there was because I wasn't paying attention to that.
I mean, we find only 6 IDs, and I don't think kids get IDs, so.
Anyway, how are you doing, Sketch? Sketch? Oh, he's busy. Noise music again. Huh.
Noise or music?
Both.
It has rhythm, I guess.
I am back. After that, it's a short distance away to get to the job site, which is a field. Near there's some remnants of buildings. you're not sure what this place was. 5 years can change of apocalypse can change a landscape pretty quick, substantially. So it's just an overgrown field with some dirt roads and some building foundations, and the convoy is there. It is a group of individuals. They have a literal wagon, horse-drawn wagons, and the horses are being fed grass, or they're a bunch of scavengers are there, and there is another group there, and they are all heavily armed, and they are apparently in a tense negotiations or talking with one of the caravan convoy leaders. And so all of you can see this from a distance. It's pretty obvious. The heavily armed group, their things are tense. That's pretty. You don't have to make a skill check to see that the things are tense between these two groups. The armed group, the more heavily armed group, has a pretty distinct appearance. So that would be a let's see here. Somebody can try to make a scheme check. Actually, all of you can see this pretty obviously. Scheme check to see if you can identify who this armed group is.
I'll spend a charge from my Ubix spec for Mothcast.
Yeah.
And I fail again.
You do succeed?
We are witnessing a standoff sketch.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I made mine.
Okay. Those of you who make it, you recognize this is the Flying Geese, a Catholic black math cult, where they take orphan priests and other deacons and other members of the Catholic faith, raised orphans, and trained them to be holy warriors against the blight. And but they are definitely recognized as a denomination within the greater black mass faith. And yeah.
Do I know how they treat the latents? Like shoot on sight because we are the agents of the devil?
No. They're pretty pro latent, because if you're latent, that means you can kill more. And they just want latents to be okay with being expendable cannon fodder. So they're fine with. They don't shoot latents on sight. They're not. They're more pragmatic about it. But like they're known to be pretty twitchy about latents who act up. Like if a latent, there have been cases of them shooting latents who've had panic attacks or acted out or even yelled. Think, oh god, he's turning vector. So, but that's pretty common to a lot of black math cultists.
And I don't think only black math cultists in the case of latents. Okay, so I better give you covering fire while you go talk with them.
Yeah. So are you approaching the group openly, or like what's the plan?
We could put a couple of us in our short range positioning, though that could be seen as threatening if we are seen. And McStuffins, are you willing to go resolve whatever this is?
Yeah, I'll be dumb and walk in if you guys want to take up positions with your sneakiness and your.
Could also try to. We do have Ubix specs, so we could also try to ping the caravanners to get some intel. Yeah,
you have their Ubix information in order to coordinate meeting up with them. You haven't yet, but you can hey, Kyle sent us, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
So
if you want to borrow my Ubix specs, you can do that, McStuffins.
Yeah, I'll put that on, and hey, we're here. What's going on? Looks dicey.
All right, you get text messages back. They're not talking to you openly. Hey, I'm Kieran. I'm the one of the convoy. Our leader, Kyle, not Kyle. Laura is the Flying Geese are trying to strong arm us into selling the drones that we promised to Kyle. They are offering to match the price, and that's all, or it's only within a few bounty. So they're offering a handful of bounty more, but like we wanted to, sell the drones to Kyle because he would give us a good introduction and a place to stay at Troutfit while we resupplied and traded and made deals. So we'd rather go with Kyle, but like they're here and they're armed and they're not taking no for an answer. Laura's trying to get them to agree to something, but I mean, we can't. Yeah, this is a little dicey. Yeah, I don't know. We don't know what to do.
I was going to ask Ross, how many wild geese are there here?
Give me a glean check.
My glean is 2. I'll use will to flip. My last will to flip this season.
All right, you spot one that is hiding, but yeah, they have their own sniper up on the in a tree.
How many do they have total?
There are 6.
And I have their positions pinged.
Yeah, their positions pinged.
And are they paying physical currency or crypt?
They are paying physical currency. They have a bunch of fucking driver's licenses. They're black math. Like it's kind of what they do.
I have a couple ideas. I don't know if anybody.
You could do research to try and figure out how to appeal to the black math cultists. They are not aware of you. You have you've just pinged them the caravan from a distance, and you used your glean check and they're focused entirely on the casualties. They're not expecting you all to show up, so they're not aware of. You're far enough away, and no one's taking action that would really draw attention to yourself. So they don't know about you. So you do have the drop on them.
Yeah. So to the team, we could kill them, take their money. My other thought is we could use the footage that we have of the animatronic bear fuckfest to try and trick them into thinking that there's this big horde of casualties somewhere and try and appeal to their religious fundamentalism to get them to ditch this and head over there. If we're worried about our contacts getting in the way of a firefight, we could tell them to take the sale, and then after they clear out, we'll just roll on the wild geese and we'll split the money with them in exchange for getting them to our enclave. Those are my 3 ideas. I don't know if anybody else has.
I mean, I'm not really keen on shooting people just because, shooting people, I mean, they aren't hostile.
Also, this is making an enemy of the black mouth, so they're
They
pretty
are
big.
of them.
It's a stealth mission if they all die.
Yeah. There is no one to raise alarm if there is no one left to raise alarm.
I mean, I'm not going to kill the caravanners who are going to know that we did this.
I wouldn't do that, no.
Yeah.
You can't. That's your job, is to protect
that's a terrible idea.
I mean, technically your job is to get the drones in, but they said escort the convoy back in. So like Cal probably wants them alive.
I mean, we can kill them after.
It was never specified in the contract. No. Yeah.
I mean, I like the
Anybody
idea.
Want to make a research check to come?
Yeah.
up with
Let's maybe
plan?
figure
I
out what the
think
black math want and see if we can offer them something better.
I've got a +3 on research. Can anybody?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Did I have to spend a charge to contact the caravan?
Yes.
Okay, and that's my final charge for the UX specs for the research.
All right, make your research roll.
Please. No. 6 out of 10.
All right.
I don't have a research, so I'm not gonna default on that with 10% chance only.
I think we just did a bunch of subtraction, right? Black math, all about killing zombies. We could offer them another target. I'm sure the animatronic bears didn't kill that entire mob or whatever it is. We don't even have to lie. We can just tell them, hey, you can do some math.
That might get our foot in the door, but yeah, it depends on what they actually want with these drones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
do we want to go negotiations or do we want to go roll on? Because roll on means making an enemy of the black math. I kind of not keen, to be honest.
I mean, they are 6 of them, and I don't think we can take them out before they notice something is going
Well,
on.
I mean, for free, you do have advantage by surprise, right? Like if you could drop several of them in the first salvo. Plus, the caravanners will probably help you. Like,
And we get all their money.
yeah.
I'm gonna vote.
But you would definitely like the caravanners would definitely spill the beans on you. Like, there's no way they're going to keep that secret.
Okay.
Like, I would say that's pretty obvious to all of you, unless you like specifically tell the caravanners you fucking threaten to kill them or whatever. I don't know. That's up to you. Yeah.
You next if you talk.
In the interest of trying to avoid doing harm where we can't, I am willing to go in and talk, but I would rather talk from a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
Where if we can have our snipers surround people and I walk in and things start going bad and I can use you as a point of leverage.
All right, then I'll spend a recharge on my Ubix so I can keep in touch.
Okay. You load in new batteries. Yeah.
Can I have a will for walking into a horrible situation by myself with people around me? What
spot is that?
A Hippocratic oath. To avoid doing harm.
Oh yeah. You're giving up a major tactical advantage.
I mean,
yeah,
partially only for himself though, since we're still trying to.
No, I mean he's the one walking in by himself, right? The rest of you three are like hanging back. Like,
oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
he can't get into cover. He can't.
But yeah, positioning wise, do we want to like move up on the sniper on the hill or in the tree?
I'm not gonna like draw maps or anything, but like if you make a stealth check, you can get yourself in the best possible situation.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll definitely.
Yeah.
But if you fail, obviously
they're gonna notice.
This is gonna get real tense real fast. Yeah.
The soldier and child soldier. I gotta make that stealth check.
Yeah.
Make it.
All right.
12 over 6.
Yeah, you got someone zeroed in. Like you.
Can I specify have the sniper zeroed?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I'll have, and we should probably, be somewhat close to each other since we only have 2 Ubix specs on us.
I mean, this is all like in a field with some small hills. It's not like yeah.
We can start yelling.
This is like a football field in terms of size, basically.
Anyway,
yeah.
I succeeded stealth check 11 over 9.
Yeah. You're setting up a nice crossfire. Like you'll yeah.
And I'm staying at this position. Like I'm not gonna go try to hide somewhere else.
Then the question is,
like Durian, you don't if you don't make a stealth check, you're still like you just have to move and then you can shoot. Like you're just outside of their range. But yeah, McStuffins, you walk in and you can see there are the cultists are watching you. They have hands on weapons, but you see each of them looks like you realize they all have just so many like ritual scars, ritual brands of like hash marks, right? Like they're just one cut, one scar for each dead casualties, and they're all just got dozens of scars or more, and that's just the visible skin that you see. And one of them is a latent, a guy with a big sledgehammer. He's got hefted and a big revolver tucked down the front of his pants. The others have rifles, and the leader looks at you, and the caravanners is like the black math leader like that says, "Move along. We're in the caravan's closed." And the Laura says, "No, this is an escort from Troutfit. They're expecting us with our cargo. Look, our bounty spins just as good as anyone else's, and this is for the betterment of all mankind. So I don't care what one fucking enclave wants." And so yeah, McStuffins, that's where they're at an impasse. And what's your first ply?
Well, we just picked up a reference point or a reference reputation. Sorry, right, for the animatronic bear fun fest.
Sure.
I'm gonna be like,
Fuckfest. Sorry.
Fuckfest. Sorry. I'm going to start with like, who's better at doing math today? Like,
Okay.
what's your kill count for today to get to these drones? Because
All right.
mine is
Yeah. You cash that in there. And you reference animatronic bear fuckfest, and they're like, oh. And he says, number 8, verify it. And number 8 takes out a laptop and says, yeah. And he starts like pulling up video clips of the tannerite charges exploding. Yeah, they racked up some numbers today or yesterday. Like, all right. It's all about the numbers, and if you're putting your numbers down, if you're saying Troutfit's going to use this to help increase the numbers.
absolutely, we need to continue to use our resources as efficiently as possible, and us having the drones and the ability to see around Troutfit will let us get places faster to up the numbers.
Okay. You know what? We had found a problem. We needed these drones for a particular reason. But if you're operators, if you're really about improving your ratio, improving the equation, there's a target. It's very close to here. That's why we're here, and one of the reasons why we're here. It's in a storm drain system. And we were trying to figure out which way it's going. But with I assume you're not alone. You have a crew nearby.
My crew can keep an eye on me where we're at. Where we
No, I get it.
I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
I might be dumb enough to come up and talk first, but I'm not that
No,
dumb.
it's an act of bravery to come up here and talk to us. All right, I get it. There's a storm drain. There's something in there that's not a regular casualty. It's not a vector. You read me?
I read you.
You help us end it, and then we don't need the drones.
If you want to have like a talk with the rest of us, we can have given you one of the Ubix specs so you can call in, like whether we want to accept this or not.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we could have the other guys like also relay a message and give me like a nod or not too.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'll take a will point for accepting this mission because it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
You gotta do this.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta do this.
All right. Yeah, you take the will and then it's done. Negotiation's over. You're all agreeing to this. Yeah.
I was gonna see if I could hit them up for more bounty beforehand, but
nope, it's a will. You gotta help them flush out. So yeah, they all right. So you know, they lower their arms. You all have to come out, and you're all on the same side. So there's something in a storm drain system nearby, and they don't have the manpower to do both parts of the job. One, someone's got to flush it out into the open, and two, someone's got to be there when it comes out to end it. And they just, even with 6 of them, they didn't have enough to do both. But with all of you, they have enough numbers to make this work. So they know how to do it. So you could choose: do you want to flush it out, or do you want to be there when it comes out?
Tactically speaking, what would this like? I don't have an experience aberration hunting, but like
that's a scheme check.
What do we have that's good for what? Like our
latent would be good for flushing it out, probably, but
late would be good for all parts of it. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, especially, I mean, flushing out is close quarters, but you don't actually have to kill it. You just have to kite it into the kill zone.
So we have a latent and an immune
mm-hmm.
that we know of,
and somebody who's good at parkour and
a guy who's good at sneaking with close to casualties. Okay. maybe we can do the flushing.
Mm-hmm. So you want to? So what do you want? Which job do you want to do?
Let's do the flushing, huh?
All right,
Let's
flushing.
do the
it?
flushing.
All right. So he shows you. He takes out a tablet or a laptop. He shows you. We've mapped out the storm drains as they are now, and we know it's operating in here, and it's big and it's fast. So basically, flushing out has 2 parts. One, you have to go in quiet and careful, and ID where it is. And 2, the best kill zone that comes out the east pipe. Like that's where we'll set up. And basically, you, regardless of where it is in the storm drains, you have to position yourself so that when it, don't let it know that you're there until you want it to, right? And then you make noise to get its attention. And then you make sure it stays on you until you get out the pipe. So the problem is that the storm drains are pretty big, and figuring out where it is initially is going to be too much for one person, right? So yeah, or ideally, so they were going to use the drones to help do that to ID where it is. Not even like flying the drones through the sewers, but just like taping them to the roof and using the cameras to watch them or something like that. So
Yeah, no, we're actually perfect for flushing because we have both scent blocker, so and a couple of sneaks.
So basically, it's going to be a total of a combined 3 stealth. Well, it's 3 combined skill checks: a stealth check and then a glean check. And that you have to do that 3 times to figure out exactly where it is, unless you crit succeed, obviously, at the one of the glean checks. But if you fail stealth check, it'll know where you are before you know where it is, and that's bad.
That is very bad.
Yeah, it'll start. Yeah. So you have to get 3 in a row basically to succeed. So and you can spend move to boost up the stealth action because this is obviously moving around in a dry storm drain system. So it's you're moving around quite a bit. So yeah. One person can make 3 skill checks, or 3 of you can do skill checks, and then per people on the roof, and then the second phase of fleshing out is drawing it to the east drain, which means once you identify where it is, you could swap out and have a fresh runner go in and yell at it, and then that's 2 checks probably.
All right, Sketch wants to identify where it is.
Okay.
Because I put the soldier in Child Soldier.
All right.
So would sneak or move be better for this?
Well, you have to sneak in the first phase.
All right, let's do that.
So it's
okay, that is. Do I get 1 from spending a labor?
Yeah. Well, you can overspend.
Did I have to buy this roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 labor. So I would make this. Actually, that would tie 7-7.
All right.
Go to the market.
That's a ties go to the market, so I fail.
Yep. All right.
Do you have a will?
Nope, I'm all out.
All right.
Didn't you get one for being a child soldier?
No, because I didn't create a problem. I'm just defining it as.
Well, you are creating problem by failing, but that's not
You
how
are
it
creating
works.
a problem by going in being the one without will. I thought you were calling for a willpower there, so I didn't say anything.
Let's see. What does Ross say?
Yeah, I'd give you a will for that. I was giving other people that for this one. So
Okay, then I'll flip it with will.
All right. Now give me a glean check.
Check. That's easy make. 11 over 2.
All right. Is anybody else acting at the same time, or are you doing this all by yourself?
I don't have glean, so I shouldn't go there because
I could do it.
Okay.
That's a stealth.
10
over 4, nice. And that's a glean. 3 under 5, but I can spend a will to flip that.
Okay. You've mapped out quite a bit of the storm drains. You've eliminated only 1 more check. We'll be able to identify where it is. So
I can go again.
Yeah, whoever wants to go again. Yeah.
That's a fail on the stealth, but again, I can spend a will to
Mm-hmm.
flip.
Mm-hmm.
And then the glean. That's a fail on the glean, but again, I can spend a will to flip, and that's my last will.
All right, you figure out where it is, and you have not alerted it to your presence.
And I'm gonna be the runner because even if it hits me, it's not game over for me yet.
Yeah. So yeah. So you get down. You know where they tell you where it is, and you know the path, and you look at it, and you can tell the path you need to go to get to the East Train. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is going to be a self-control check, because holy fucking shit, what are you doing?
What I do for a living.
Do I
And
roll
I
a
actually
self-control
succeed.
for it?
Yeah, give me a self-control check. You actually see the ganglia. Yeah,
I see the horror.
Yeah, have you seen the remake of the Blob from the 1980s? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a bit like that.
but
Yeah.
getting rid of an aberration would help with hastening the timeline to reclamation, right?
Yeah, but you're unless you're helping with the running, like you're not. That's not a willpower. Yeah. But
No.
for
have
your believer bonus. Yeah,
believer.
yeah, for sure.
I make it with my believer bonus for the
Yeah.
reclamation. For the
Yeah.
reclamation.
Yeah. All right, Darian, what's
How much
your
do I take?
self-control check?
I rolled 5 over 2, so I succeed.
Yeah, you're fine. This is just another day at the day at the office.
How much do I lose to succeed at the horrors? I mean,
none. You succeeded. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, okay.
You just saw it from a distance. It's a lot worse if it actually attacks you or something, right? But like, you just see a fleshy shape in the distance. You're like, ooh.
We're gonna know soon enough how much
yeah.
you lose when it attacks you.
All right, Durin, you have to get its attention.
So I'm just gonna go like Rambo, like scraping the sword on the walls, like. All
right. All right, it moves like liquid, like a wave of flesh pouring and rolling around the tunnel. Give me that move check. And how much labor are you spending on this move check?
I'm gonna spend 5 points of rations. I'm gonna refresh my labor. I'm gonna spend more because I don't want to fail it. So that's gonna be a +6 to the roll.
All right.
And I'm out of refreshers.
Boy, you needed that.
8 over 7, right to the point.
Oh my god, yeah. Jeez.
God damn.
Yeah. So you are booking it and it is on you, but like you are staying out of range. So you give me it'll be one more move check.
Okay, I'm gonna spend another time this much because fuck.
Yeah.
Whoa, 16 over 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Fan of that.
All right. So are any of you going to be at the kill zone to help the or are you just going to let the black math cultists do it?
No, this is my time. Like,
all right, yeah.
I'm go ahead.
All right.
Will I get a will if I do it? If I'm there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do it then.
Yeah.
I need that will.
So McStuffins, what about you? Are you just like, yeah, I'm good?
I'll stand there and put bullets in the giant thing and be present if there's combat medic is needed.
All right, all of you are present. You see the ganglia in the open light, daylight. So yeah, all you give me self-control checks for trauma because holy fuck.
Crit fail.
All right.
I may be leading with crit fails. I think I've had 4 so far this game.
Yeah, you are. I don't think anyone else has had.
Yeah, that's gonna be 5 trauma if you crit fail.
Right.
Yeah.
Is
it that much? I thought max was 4.
Okay, it's 4. Yeah, sorry. I mean it's a crit failure. Yeah.
I mean, it's automatic crack. Could be it in the new crashing. There is the new rule.
I'll have to ask Caleb about that because it's like I was picturing 3 trauma if you fail, like, but you crit failed, so it has to be worse, right?
I'll take it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Gaming, real gaming.
Yeah. So I'll ask Caleb about that. That'll be something to bring up.
I will choose fight. Fight, flight, and freeze.
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, you're out of this fight.
Just endlessly. Should I empty all the charges from my gun or something like that?
No, you just run.
I choose fight. Fight, flight, and freeze.
Oh, you chose fight. Yeah, we'll do your action in there. You cannot you basically probably you're not going to be you just have to fight. So
Okay, that's fine.
yeah. And no task actions for sure.
Yeah.
No
I'm
helping
not gonna-
anybody else, probably not even dodging or defending if it decides to shoot at you or attack you. So did anybody else fail their self-control check?
I passed. Is it 1 if you pass or 0?
Yeah,
Can
it's
you-
1 if you pass because you're choosing to this is the first
One trauma?
aberrant. Yeah, 1 trauma.
Okay, yep.
Except for
I got-
Durian. Yeah, Durian already has dealt with this shit. It's a Layton, so yeah.
Okay, and I'm running. I'm running. I'm not standing it into the kill zone with this king next to me. Nope, I'm running.
Yeah, you're Chuck. You're because you made you both move checks. You're out of the kill zone's immediate kill area. So, it's all of you plus the black math cultist all firing together against a ganglia. So, there's one black math cultist above the tube, and he is going to he's there to just drop a big rock to block the thing from the Layton with this who had the sledgehammer is just dropping a big rock so it can't retreat, or at least can't retreat fast. So that's his first job this round. So he does that, and then everybody roll boost, which is your speed, to see if you go before it. The black math cultist,
2d10?
yeah, 2d10, yeah, it's 2d10. It's like any potential check, but with
Crit
your speed.
success.
Crit fail on my boost.
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. So they had 2. So they're let's see here. This is obviously a fast thing. This is not. This is more like a vector. So I'm gonna treat it as like a vector. So it's very fast. It's got a murder modifier of 3. It big and fast and mad. So anyways, the black math cultists do manage to go before it does.
I got a crit success, Ross.
Okay, yeah, you get to go first. Yeah.
Okay, big ganglia thing. I only have a gun and I'm kind of going crazy, so I'm just gonna blast it to fucking hell.
Yeah.
Alrighty, shooty time. I'll spend 1 extra.
Mm-hmm.
For a total of +4. 13 over 1.
13 over 1. Okay.
Yep.
Do you have auto fire or anything like that?
I do not have auto
Okay.
fire. Yeah, just bang, bang, bang.
All right, roll 2d10. First one is going to be location. Second one is going to be damage.
Good. 2-2.
2-2. So, do you have anything to boost damage on your gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bulky short range charged and silence.
All right. So, all right. You inflict 2 damage. You shoot off a little bit of it. And
I was really excited that I was going first with that crit success there. Sorry, everybody.
no, it's fine. It's fine. At least you're doing damage to it. So, who else is going before the ganglia?
I have a critical
Turn
fail,
order,
so I'm
how
gonna
does
be
that
last.
work?
So the way this is a fast thing, so you have to make a speed check to go before it. So
If you fail, you're after it.
yeah. Boost starts as your speed, but basically it goes down. So
combat round says orient, decide, each taker picks a tactic or task, then order and roll.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, everyone should ask around the table. Theaters, or there's one theater. It's just everybody's fighting this one thing, and that's a good point. So yeah. What are you going to do for it? Or what are you planning? Yeah, I'll just
shoot it.
Okay, you're gonna shoot it. Durian, are you also going to shoot it?
If I am outside the kill zone.
Oh
then
yeah,
yes,
you're
I'm
outside. Yeah. You can turn around and shoot at it now.
I mean, if it was next to me, I'm gonna be running. But if it's outside, then I'm shooting.
It's in front of you. You basically got about 20. You're 20 feet in front of it. You're 20 feet away from it. You're close range.
Everyone's close range, I think, pretty much.
Yeah.
So time to shoot.
Okay.
I'm gonna be last.
All right. And then McStuffins, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be like right behind the black math people because somebody's going to get hit by this thing and
Okay.
I'm going to need to suppress in or heal, but I'm going to ready in action to be like, medic.
All right, fair enough. All right, so and then one black math guy is going to drop the rock and the others are going to attack. And so you're all shooting this thing. And
Yeah, and just to clarify, I got 2 on my roll. I have a 2 of speed, so that's 4, and red is 8.
All right, so you're going after it.
Yeah.
And the ganglia is going to lash out. It has multiple tentacles, so it is going to attack Durian. The guy, the black math cultist, Leighton, dropping the rock, blocking its exit, and then it will attack 1d10. It makes 1d10 attacks a total. So let's see how many attacks it makes. It has a lot of fucking tentacles. It's bad. It only has 3 attacks this round. So I will say Sketch is screaming the loudest, so it's going to attack Sketch.
No.
Yeah. So
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
So Sketch shoots first because he got his crit success on his speed. Then the black math cultist, go. Well, let's hear. We'll just do this sorry. Big Stephens.
Every time you hit something, it's supposed to lose an attack. So does him shooting it?
It's a ganglia. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So
Okay.
as an aberrant,
special rules. Yeah, they have special rules tailored to each aberrant.
It has a lot of tentacles. It has a lot. Normally, it would affect it if it was any regular kind of foe. But special boss fight bullshit. And
fair enough. Just trying to be like, did you shoot the tentacle as it was coming at it? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's fair. You could do that as your action, but that would not inflict damage on. That would just
No, I'm inflicted. It's in character. I'm sure.
Yeah.
If I die, I die. It's gonna be a big stability hit for everybody.
All right, so I'll do the black math cultist next just to get them out of the way. So the rock guy drops the rock. The other black math cultists are just going to do an average amount of damage to it. So I will roll let's see here, 2d10. And that'll be how much damage. They inflict a lot of damage on it, but it does have a lot of fucking HP. So they inflict 16 killing damage on it. So, but it has they're chunking it pretty well. And then Durian, you're going before it, right?
Nope, I got a crit fail. I'm gonna. Oh
yeah, you're going last. All right, so Mo, did you succeed at going before it?
No.
Okay, so and then Sketch already acted, and all right, so it's going to attack. It inflicts, it lashes out at the rock guy.
I thought it was attacking me.
It's attacking several of you at the same time. Okay. Yeah. So it wings the rock guy, slaps him in the face with the tentacle, but he's blatant, so he says, "Ha ha ha! You hit my leg for 1 point of damage, bro." This attack is going to go on to Durian.
I'm going to use my boost to try to dodge it.
Okay. Yep. So you make your roll first. I don't roll damage first. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's happening now is that he's spending a boost, so he can no longer add that to his speed roll every round.
Yes. Next round is going to be +2. But I roll 5/6, so I failed.
All right, so now I'll roll. It's I'll say that roll I just made is it's hit location and damage. So 4 damage to hit location 2.
So that's going to be my left arm, I think. No, right arm.
And that is lethal. That is killing damage. But you are already latent, so yeah, that's fine. And now. Sketch, the last attack is going to go on you. Do you want to spend you can dodge out of the way. That's pretty instinctive. So, yeah.
That within normal rule parameters?
Yes, that you spend one of your boosts to be able to dodge.
Okay, so I would have less boost next round.
You have to say because he has the psychotic breakdown in fight that you couldn't dodge, that he couldn't dodge, but...
I mean, I would say dodging is okay in the fight thing because it's just like task actions or
sure.
Yeah. Like
I mean, dodge is a twitch.
Yeah, it's not I would say
Me make a dodge.
He's definitely not going to like help anybody else or even be able to reload his gun. Like I'm going to say if his gun runs out, he's just going to hit there, keep pulling that. But like flinching out of the way of a big ass tentacle is like, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Roll 2d10?
It's move. It's a move check.
Okay, very good. This
So
is
you can
nice.
overspend on this if you want.
I'm not gonna spend everything because I'll be gassed, so I'll just buy it.
All right.
Cool. That's critical.
All right.
Ah!
So this is going to do double damage to whatever location. So the red number is going to be doubled.
McStuffins.
That is 10 damage to hit location 3.
Ah!
That's your arm.
Yeah, that's another. You're out for
So
this.
my arm is blacked.
Yeah. You have to make an infection check, and you'll have to. Or McStuffins can act and try and save your life. You drop your gun. Yeah, you're out of this fight.
Was that 10 killing damage? Or...
Yeah, 10 killing damage. Yeah.
All right, so my arm is gone.
Yeah.
I've lost my arm is gone.
Well, McStuffins can probably try to save your arm on his turn. So, yeah. And
You're
that's
so small and fragile.
yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling self-control, or not yet.
Yeah. We will handle for the dealing with sketch trauma at the end of this fight because you're all on killing the giant fucking monster. So everybody who hasn't acted yet. So Durian, you failed your check, so you can act now with
I
your.
think Maui would be before me.
Oh yeah, Mo.
McStuffins, has he acted? Is he before?
I could have gone before. I readied. I will go, and I will give.
Okay.
I will show Sketch the pistol or the suppressant because I'm not dealing with a vector in the middle of this too, and give him an option.
Okay. Yeah, Sketch, you're holding your arm in shock. He's showing you a pistol and a shot of suppressant. What are you gonna do?
Oh. Dang! All right. Well, that went from 0 to 60.
I mean, yeah. You don't. There's some time usually, but okay, yeah.
Gotta pick the suppressant.
All right.
I administer suppressant.
All right. To your child soldier buddy. Yeah. Yeah.
Cementing his role.
Yeah. You give that to him and give me a first aid check to see to stabilize him and his arm.
I will spend like 3 on top of that with my doctor, so it'll be a +5.
Oh god, we are gonna lose so much humanity on that.
Now 10d2s, 2d10s. There we go. I will make an 11 over 8.
Okay.
Actually, no, sorry, 9. It's way more than that. I get another 14 over 8.
14 over 8. All right. Yeah.
With doctoring, not first aid, too. So it's slightly better than first aiding.
Yeah. So that's
save the arm.
Yeah, you'll save the arm for sure. But yeah, you're working on it. I'll say that's going to take another action too. You're going to be fully occupied and helpless for this round. But I mean, he's going to be focusing on people that are up and hurting it. The ganglia is for sure. So yeah, you two are out. We'll deal with all the trauma after the fight if you all win, because we'll see how this goes. Has everyone acted this round?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. So yeah.
Shoot. So I'll spend 3 for a +2 and spend a charge off my Ubik for another +2. So that's a +6 total. And that's a crit success.
Oh shit. Yeah. Roll damage. Yeah.
2d10, double damage. And that's
20 damage. Good.
to 10.
Yeah.
16 to 10.
Yeah. Durian. Yeah. You're gonna just end it like with a crit success and that much damage like that. Like between you and the black meth cultist, you're just obliterating its fleshy mass. So Durian, you don't even have to take a shot.
Like, hoorah!
I turn around and it's like being torn apart. Ooh.
Oh
yeah. It's called the kill zone for a reason. So
it's not called a life zone.
Yeah. So yeah, There are rules for suppressing and how bad it is. I think you still have to make a check to see if you survive it, because I think there's a chance you can just die.
He gonna take D10 killing damage to every location. So the one from arm gonna go to the torso.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, Ross, you gonna roll this?
What is it? A body check? Let's see.
No, it's for
McStuffin made a decision here.
It's
Yeah.
D10 for the head, D10 for the left arm, D10 for right arm, D10 for torso, D10 for left leg, and D10 for right leg.
You can roll, Copper. Yeah, you can roll for scat.
So I'm rolling all of those D10.
Yeah. Choose.
So,
just tell me what location you're rolling.
All right, head first.
Yeah. You do get your arm healed back though before you have to make that.
All right, so arms healed to what?
I think it's down to 3 killing because you got a 14, right? Yeah.
14, that's 14 minus
I mean,
red,
is
red
it black on
dice.
dice?
Yeah.
No, it's total effort. Effort adds in the second edition.
Oh, okay, good.
But you take total effort, subtract the red, and that's how much stun damage you heal.
So I healed.
Six
16
stun damage. You would heal 6 stun damage.
Oh,
from that
wow,
roll.
shit.
On the plus side, because you've already broken for trauma this round, I don't think you have to take the 4 trauma again. You're still broken.
Yeah,
Yeah!
that's true. Yeah.
All right, so I take 10 killing to the head and I'm dead.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, now we are learning self-control.
Are we dealing with a Vector now?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, McStuffins, he's gonna turn. You can headshot him. That's you just spin the bullet.
Bye, guys.
Make that trauma check. Yeah.
No,
It's been
our
real.
child soldier.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling self-control.
Yeah, all you
Rolling
need to fucking make
self-control.
self-control. This is bad. This is like a 3
Okay.
trauma check. Or 3 detachment. Like, he's dead. Like, yeah.
Okay, I crack in
Yeah.
detachment.
Yeah, it's detachment, not trauma, but yeah.
I cracked.
All right.
Mo.
Yep.
Should Mo take -2 to this, or?
Yeah, he's the future child soldier. It's the future. Yeah.
Breaks with my rose-tinted future.
Yeah. So it's
God.
three detachment.
I
if you
had
fail.
a will, but there's nothing I can do.
Well,
Damn.
the sad news here is that I.
Why did you spin that on the fucking dodge check?
I crit failed.
You could have made it a regular failure. Would have done half damage. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. It's my
could've
bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was a valuable learning experience.
I mean,
for
it
all of
was.
us.
You would your arm would have been hurt. You would have had to make an infection check at the end of the fight, but you wouldn't have been instantly KO'd by it. Like,
Listen,
yeah.
Okay.
a valuable learning experience.
So
no
I
shit.
crack, I
Yeah.
pull out my machete, and I'm gonna chop that thing into tiny pieces.
All right, yeah, that's fair. You're the latent, so that's fine. The black math cultists understand your reasoning. They'll be like, hey, you want to join us? Yeah. You just want to go fucking ape shit on everything. So yeah. All right.
How much do I lose for, despite my -2?
3
succeeding?
detachment. 3 detachment
1,
for a
2,
regular
3.
failure. Yeah.
No, I didn't fail.
Oh, it's 1 if you make it. 1 detachment.
Right, I'm disgustingly fine for what I have experienced.
Yep. Just gonna have to put out a 1 ad, or maybe
I mean, he technically wasn't a kid, really. He was like grown up inside. Right?
yeah. McStuffins, how are you doing?
I failed, but I haven't cracked on anything. I'm
All right,
been
yeah.
making most of my self controls, and
Yeah. Oof. All right. So, what are you gonna do with his possessions? Are you gonna give them to his fucking dependents or sell them for his dependents?
Gotta sell them for his dependents, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Are you gonna shortchange his dependents or keep all
Parker
the...
will get you if you shortchange him, to be
Well,
fair. But my
yeah.
grandma can't say shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
No, he's
I
a dependent. He can't meaningfully threat if he was able to, like, I mean, he can bluster and stuff like that. I mean, it's another self-controlled detachment check if you stiff them, but that's a whole share. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, I think we're still too decent to.
All right, yeah.
Range
So you're still
dependence.
splitting it 4 ways
Yeah.
instead of 3.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So the black math cultists are like, yeah, all right, you can have the drones. You paid for them. And we got the thing. If you ever want to, in fact, I'll give you a rep spot for the helping, slaying the ganglia. Yeah, the black math cultists would be like, yeah, these takers are the real deal.
Cool.
Yeah, they're hardcore. So you get that for you at least, and you escort them back. And yeah, you really earned that fucking bounty. Yeah, so 33 bounty, plus let's see here.
40. We got 40 from our various.
So 73 bounty, divided by 4. 70. Let's see, 3.
80 it wasn't left, I think.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, so that's a good haul. It's a very good haul. You really cleaned up there.
I'm okay with giving our remaining one to our immune
The
doctor.
grandma.
Yeah.
Should we
Oh,
give to
sorry, the grandma.
grandma?
Yeah, we can split it off to the grandma. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Consolation prize.
yeah.
He's getting an extra serving of chicken tenders in the old folks' home.
yeah, right. Yeah. All right. The before we go though, the Taker Handbook does have some things about feedback, I believe.
It's
Yeah.
quick. On page
Yeah.
6, I think.
Yeah, it's on page 6. Let me pull that up on the thing. Let's see here. Fucking Taker Handbook. Here we go. All right, Taker Handbook. All right, so you can send an email to haveitongames@gmail.com. But we can just kind of briefly go over this too. Let's see here. What parts of the game sparked your interest and imagination? I'll just go sort of down the line if you have anything to say about that. So, Durian, what any parts of the game that sparked your interest or imagination? Or actually, we don't have to go with this. Just as like in general, what are your thoughts on the second edition beta?
I mean, I like the straightforwardness on many rules. Like the casualties fights are much better than one shamble. That's like, oh god. And
enough.
overall, I think it's pretty great changes.
Well, I don't think we really tested them that much with the casualties because we only had the one encounter and they died really quickly.
Yeah, there were only
mean-
3 of them. I didn't have, and they were like trapped in a little location, so they couldn't get me more.
I mean, yeah, that's like in the old rules. I would need 3 rounds to take them down. Like
That's
5,
true. Yeah.
more
Oh, yeah.
5.
The change to wheel to make it more efficient to kill casualties with hand-to-hand stuff. Yeah, being able to kill 3 in the same round. In the Medusa campaign that Kale ran for Heaven on Games, I played the melee latent guy, and I had like a specialization with swords. I could kill 4 around with my or spear, or whatever weapon I was using. Spear, I think. Yeah, not sword, spear. And so I was, 4, with 1 labor, I could kill 4 zombies theoretically every round. So that was very good. And that's good. Yeah. So, Scribbly, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, as always, I like painting the scenes and more like the loser aspect of generating. We're living in a wasteland. We have to deal with all the effects of that and what happens. Prairie fires, sleeping on the roof of a burger town.
Burger Town!
Yeah, Burger Town. I kind of like adore that part, and of course, interesting choices like, oh shit, do we fight the Black Moth or not? It's obviously more important in campaign play to make decisions like that because then they can more easily come back to bite you. And of course, on campaign play, we might not have decided to go for the final battle here where we lost Sketch because that was pure arrogance on our part.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happened real fucking quick too. Like just one.
It's definitely one of those like sobering.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Once you run out of will, things go bad real quick. That happens.
That's part of the reason why, since it hadn't been restricted that way, I picked 4 will for Mo. And yes, it kind of was like a gimmick in the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. He's the chosen one.
I mean, my weak spots and soft spots will be counterproductive for our plan, so I didn't use them at all.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Copper.
So, having played a lot of original Red Markets, the change in combat is something to get used to, because like
Mhm.
the original Red Markets combat was very like drawn out. It was like a slugfest. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? This is like a knife fight, and I feel like I was definitely kind of experimenting to see whether that would be the case or not. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I felt not contesting that I deserved to die or anything like that, but I did feel like that was a little like, whoa, shit. I decided to risk one crit fail and I'm dead. Like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it was a crit fail against an aberrant.
It was a crit fail against an aberrant. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But it did feel a little bit quick. Maybe that's just me being salty, and entirely possible.
Yeah, I think.
To be fair, you didn't really die against the aberrant.
Yeah,
I died against 10 points of killing from the suppressant.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, because I remember in the combat playtest we did on RPP Actual Play, where we were fighting the crazies trying to block our way across a bridge.
Wasn't it Maddie playing sketch who also got like completely wasted?
Maddie, well, are you talking about in the one shot? Yeah, in the one shot, yeah, it almost killed Maddie because your chest damage is now 10 boxes instead of 20. So a single bullet can kill your character at any time if it lands in your head or your chest. So characters are twice as
Yeah, everyone is super duper fragile.
Yeah.
So that's obviously an aesthetic and stylistic thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just I would suggest that if Caleb is interested in interrogating that, this might be a good kind of case study to think through. Because I had a good time. I always like Red Markets. It's a fun setting.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing I always like about it most is you just do so much shit in one session. All the different legs and everything and the negotiation and everything like that. Like a lot of shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if you die, it does feel like earned and like valuable because like Well, it was like this whole big fucking movie adventure every single time. So yeah, it's good. Negotiation was a little complicated, but again, people are always going to bitch about that. And this is literally my first time being exposed to the second edition rules.
Yeah.
That's my feedback.
Yep. All right. The negotiations. I mean, the fact that we don't have that going back and forth thing, like I can run it online now, in a way that is much more evident because you just have dice versus chips, which is easy to keep track of. So
the cool thing with the chips confused me for a bit, like and the dice swapping. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just okay. That's how
just an incubation period.
Yeah,
I mean the old map wasn't that great to understand for people too.
I never ran negotiations for online games in the first edition because of the back and forth tally thing. So Mark, but this I feel like I can run online, and it's actually fun to run it online because again it's depriving you of resources you're going to want later on, like will and references and shit like that. So which is very thematic for Red Markets. I feel, personally, I like running it now, and obviously it was awkward at the beginning because this is the first game of second edition that I've run. I've been playing it a bunch, but this is the first one I've actually run where I'm trying to follow the rules as closely as possible. So
I think one other thing to mention is just that like Red Markets always seems to excel to me as a game that is about like a lot of very interesting vignettes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so this one, I feel like this just inevitably creates a lot of interesting vignettes. I know we didn't do a huge amount of role playing, but it's still,
it is kind of picaresque. It is this like a series of vignettes. Like it is more episodic in that thing than like
I definitely really like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah. And a lot does happen at Red Markets as compared to like D&D where it's all or something like that.
D&D is like, all right, we've been playing for 5 hours and we've done 4 turns of one combat.
Byron man, let's get McStuffins or your perspective on this.
I think it was a fun just with how badly it felt everything went in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like we bookend well a little bit. Unfortunately, with sketch, like it was just like everything went awful. We won, but when I fixed your, I don't think I would have been as fast to pull the suppressant if we hadn't been in the middle of a bunch of black math people.
Yeah,
who were like, it was like, well, my best chance for saving you is fix your arm and do this. EpiPen, go.
Yeah,
and
I choose you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like a crit fail into patching you up into basically another crit fail in the only place that will kill you instantly.
Well, it would have killed him in the chest too now because the chest is only 10
Yeah.
hitboxes. So if you rolled a 10 on the chest too, that would have
Yeah.
killed him. So, but he could have lost the arm too because if he rolled high on the arm, so he could have been one-armed Leighton guy. His arm just
Yeah.
falls off from all the blight. But yeah, yeah. Anything about the rules or mechanics that you? Yeah.
I'm like the opposite of I've only run red markets for other people, and they have a nasty habit of oops all crits in the good way. I'm like, well, I guess you just do the things. Yep, and that worked, It's been my weird, like, as the GM running red markets. This is
Okay, yeah.
super fun, but it was like, it's a bizarre, like, I promise you this gets dark and scary at some point. Really? Double eights, double sixes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I like running it online too, especially with the dice bot thing, because everyone could just see and like dice bot is bloodthirsty in my experience. Dice bot is so.
Dice bot wanted us to die today. It did everything it fucking could to kill us.
I would have died in the storm drains if I didn't have like 3 will to spend.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, you did fucking burn a lot of will at the end, which
That's why I didn't go there.
Fair enough. It would have been nasty if it caught you down there and be like, well, we didn't flush it out. So, yeah.
Back to negotiating.
Yeah.
Load.
Let's see here. We kind of let's see here. Are there any parts of the game left you confused or needed more information? Are there any particularly clear, useful rules? Anybody have anything to add about that?
I think it's interesting that you can now heal better, but you're more fragile.
Yeah, healing got better. Yes.
Okay.
That does mean that the medic does more, but if you get really badly hurt, then it's over.
Yeah.
I just also have to say the character sheet, the form fillable character sheet in the hyperlink searchable handbook. Oh my god, it's so nice. It's literally so helpful. I just have to applaud that so much.
Okay. Yeah.
I will also say that the amount of rules seem overwhelming, but mostly it's, if the market has control, I think it'll be fine. And the combat brief overview in the taker briefs seems really useful to just that one. Ooh.
Yeah. The briefs are definitely helpful. I realize now I think Kill needs to make like just a PDF of just those handouts and nothing else, so I don't have to search through it. It's just like combat brief PDF, negotiations brief PDF, and just that, so I can just instantly pull it up like a reference link. It's like,
it would be helpful to have that organized like in a linear fashion in terms of like when you encounter them in the game, so players are just
instead of hunting through the 22-page taker brief thing. Which is a very minor quibble, but
it's extremely minor, and again, all of these materials are so helpful.
Yeah, and the humanity brief also illustrated where crit failure, you can crack on it directly.
Okay.
If it's a crushing severity,
which it was in these cases. These were pretty bad. The by the way, Caleb, if you're listening to this, I did basically freeform the aberrant. I didn't bother. I just gave it 30. It had 1 hit location, the mass, and 30 hitboxes of health, and could do a D10 attacks every round at short range. Tentacles basically like could lash out and hit somebody at pistol range. So it was a big old boss, and obviously it was immune to like getting stun locked or anything like that. It didn't give a fuck, but big old flesh blobby monster. So I didn't look through the 250-page thing to see if there's stuff specifically for aberrants.
If I could real quick, just the stun lock thing seems interesting. Like that's a new, as far as I know, that's a new rule versus first ed. And I just worry about that sort of becoming the like gravitic base of every boss fight is, okay, does this have this ability, or any taker fight where you have more numbers, I think of it the same way as I think of like a crit build in any turn-based strategy game. Like a crit build is always overpowered because it lets you do more damage than you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So if you have the capacity to stun lock somebody, I just slightly worry that would be something that people are all
I think
Yeah.
I mean, if they have the numbers to crush us with like this, then we need to attack them in such a way that they cannot use this.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a stylistic choice where it can like make a lot of sense, you know.
Mhm.
But I don't know, just something I'm thinking.
I think it was written like this by Caleb that if they have the advantage over the one target, like 4 people attacking one guy, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's realistic. Like,
Yeah. I think it's yeah.
And
Sorry.
the ambush rules seem powerful too. Again, 4 people attacking one person, but then 4 people attacking something, getting a free round to attack something.
Yeah.
Also seems really powerful. So I'm also kind of glad you didn't let us do that with the aberrant, even though we had a prepared position and all of that.
Yeah, that would have been too easy. Like I
Yeah.
wanted an actual proper boss fight. Yeah.
I mean, it died in one round. Like,
Yeah, it did die in one round. Like I did let the Black Math cultist did do 2d10 damage to it just automatically. So like it was even with 30 health, it was not gonna. Of course, then you have to fucking crit it. So it's I mean it is a swingy game in the sense that like you
either win big or lose.
Yeah. But like that's the nature of it. And like the fact that you have meta currencies and you can spend charges and stuff like that, like it gives you some controllability. At least like I'm glad this game is pretty good about like getting players to the end. Like of the like they die most of the
you
deaths.
die at the end. Yeah, you die at the climax. Not
usually. Like unless you like it's always that or like, oh, I can take one crit failure in combat. And then you just fucking eat it. Like but yeah, cool. Well, thank you all so much for your feedback.
I will just add one last thing. Sorry.
Sure.
I know I'm talkative. But the last thing I will say about like the not swinginess, the how much health you have in combat and how quickly you die is like one thing about First Ed that I really liked about the sort of tankiness that everybody had was that it made the game feel like a Tarantino movie. You know, because like yes, the themes are here, and yes, the themes of being like, you know, in this very dark situation that you're surviving in are here, but like because it's so hard for you to die, not super hard, but because it is the level of hard that it is for you to die, that sort of enhances that because you are surviving and stuff. I know I'm repeating the same words here a lot, but like I think it is a very significant thematic shift to be like, all right, now you die, you're fucking cooked. It's gonna happen fast. So just flagging that because
I mean that would be the easiest house rule to give. Like you have 20 health in your chest.
You have extra health. Yeah.
But boom rules essentially.
Yeah. Just flagging that because I really enjoyed that theme in the original one. But
Yeah. No, I get it. Especially for campaign play where you get attached to your taker and their little story and everything.
But even that one time that I mentioned earlier, Ross, when we were like negotiating with that guy and I shot him in the face and jumped through the window, that was a really cool firefight, and that was just a leg, and I remember it like to this day.
Aww.
It was very fun because we just escalated immediately. And then
what was the job for that one? Was that one of the Thanksgiving ones?
I think that was the one where we went to the guys, like how it was like this big open area where he was having us do like performance art with zombies. I could be misremembering.
All right, yeah. If you can find out,
if I remember,
yeah.
Could have been the Thanksgiving one. But...
Yeah, there were a couple of Thanksgiving ones actually. It might have just been one at random leg.
I just remember the one with the fucking bear.
Oh yeah, that was the Thanksgiving one where you're hunting turkey and the bear's hunting you.
Oh my god, that's awesome! I was not here for that.
Yeah,
we had a knight character who got pretty badly mauled by it.
Yeah. It was.
No. Actually, yeah, he got hunted by it or something. He almost died, and then he was paranoid about it the whole way through, and it was hunting other takers in the woods.
Yep.
And we threw a corpse at us, and we had to fight it off on the middle of a rock in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
And hunt turkeys to deliver to rich people in the recession.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
Every job line in Red Markets is so good.
Fucking aberrant bear.
So doing this scheduling snafu thing on RPPR has given me a lot of Red Markets ideas, weirdly enough. Just stupid.
I was reminded immediately when you were like, "It's an underground bunker." I was thinking of the one you guys were talking about that one
Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I had in mind. Like, there's all these businesses now making these stupid prepper bunkers for rich idiots. It's like, yeah,
I
okay,
thought that was like, this is a horrible idea to go down into, but we're kind of still desperate for cash. even though-
exactly, yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
See, I think I'll always do negotiations in the one shots because that'll establish how desperate you are right out of the gate, or drain some resources, so your job is harder to do. Yeah. So
That's
Yep.
like another reason why having like more
Yeah.
accessible negotiation rules in this is really nice.
yeah,
Is because like when negotiation goes right, it's such a great like it sets the theme so well.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it does. It definitely does, and it again it establishes the stakes. How desperate are you? I mean, you got fucked over on negotiations.
Really got fucked.
5 chips.
Yeah.
Yep, that wasn't
Yeah.
good.
And then even though we earned enough to be still in the black after the first,
Mhm.
the noise,
Oh yeah, the noise ban. Yeah.
we'd earned enough then, but we were still feeling desperate.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all about yeah, it's like thematically connected. Yeah, it's great. So cool. Well, thank you all so much for playing. And if you're watching this, listening to this, Red Market's second edition beta is out, and Caleb is out there. You can talk to him, ask questions about it, or on the RPPR Discord. And I'll be running another game next Sunday, the 23rd, I believe, which is going to be a score, and we don't know what that score is going to be, and we'll let the players choose what they're trying to get. And a score is basically there's a valuable resource over there, we need to bring it in, and and I'll have some new shifts for that, some new encounters, and it'll be fun in the sun. And we have 3 players for it already, but there's 2 openings for those of you who want to play in that. So something to keep in mind. But that's it for this session. I'm going to be playing D&D later tonight, so I need to get ready for that. I'm just playing, not running, but yeah.
You're playing D&D? Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like real D&D? Not
Yeah,
like-
5th edition, like the new
Oh
rule.
my God! What are you doing, Ross? Why are you doing this to yourself?
I'm not running it. One of my friends, Dan, Fuzzy Dan, is like, I'll run D&D. I'm like, great. I don't have to do anything. I can just show up and be a dumb player for once. So yeah. We're running Tolus, the Monty Cook setting, and
I
yeah.
played some game with Dan there.
Yeah, it's a well written setting, if nothing else, and we're having silly little fun. I'm playing a little kobold sorcerer, and I'm being a little guy.
Kobolds are
and it's great.
little guys.
They are little guys.
They're the nature's empirical, the platonic ideal of the little guy.
Exactly. So, anyways, but that's all for this session, and we'll talk to you later.